Morning team, how we doing? Last session before Christmas. We're going to go over all the high time frames, look at what we might get, expecting a lower volume day. We have had some news this morning moving the market a bit, but a bit like yesterday afternoon, not expecting too much today, but you never know. So we're going to turn up, be here for it. We're going to give away some courses and Apex accounts either way to make it worthwhile for your time. So as always, starting on the daily chart, I'm a bit bunged up. So if I sound funny, that'll be why. All right, you can see we're trading this low volume node. All right here, if you're wondering what this profile is on the side of the chart, this is the 2025 profile. All right, this is all the volume we've had for the whole of the year. And we are trading right in a little node at the moment where we might potentially catch a bid. All right, if they use it as support, if we get under it, we will probably use it as resistance. All right, what are we doing? We're trying to close the gap right now. So we can see this Friday to Monday gap is right here. We're trading inside of it for the second time. Yesterday we tapped into it, found a bid. Today we are trying to close it by the looks of it at the moment, probably right into the middle point of that gap. We have lost the 20-day, not by much, it's just above us, maybe 10, 20 points above us. We've got the 50-day below and the 5-day way down here. All right, so the opportunities are still here, both sides of the market. If we think about what we did, we talked about this from the low to here. Alex's brain not in gear, from the high to here. All right, we drove up into the golden zone. Can't get a close above the 786 right now. Keep rejecting into this rebalance. Question is, do we find a bid here? All right, for the remainder of the year, is a bid found somewhere in here to go and attack the highs? Or is this just a little bull trap and we collapse back down and we do something like this? Time will tell. We don't know right now. Definitely on low volume, I'm not placing that bet. I'm not looking for a big move out of this in low volume. Okay, let's have a look into the hourlies. Make sure you guys can see this. All right, this is where it gets a little tricky right now. All right, because we're leaving, or we're trading between two volume areas. So yesterday, we had a big D-shaped profile right here. You can see this is tight, right? 717s to 75s. There's not a lot in that, 40 odd points. Okay, there's not a lot to play with there, but this is where we couldn't find acceptance above. We didn't find acceptance below. We traded sideways all day like we predicted, but we have now broken down away from it on that news, trading into the gap. So the question is very simple. Are we going to reject volume or value from yesterday? Are we going to migrate value lower? Are we going to come into here, reject value area low or in front of value area low and close this gap? If there's going to be follow through, are we going to get down to previous day value area high? All right. There is a node here, which is why I've marked it out. So I'm watching this to see, do we find a bid in and around, let's just call it 580 down to 520. All right, so if we're gonna have one more little drive lower to fill the gap and maybe do some more damage, then I'd be looking for this move here, some kind of bull trap here, and cover points would be here, 3 points really. Close the gap, little node, previous week value area high. If we come down here on a morning flush, all right, without giving the good sell signal, I'll be ignoring the shorts and I'll wait and see. Are we gonna find a bid here, here, or here to come back up? All right, so I'm willing to play both sides of this tape as long as we go to an extreme. If we go up into previous day's value and there is no reaction, right, and we do something like this, then we're going to expect this. All right, we're going to expect move from lower value to higher value. It's not a lot to move from. So if you wanted to play that and we reclaim it, you could look for this move back to the top side of value if you wanted to play inside of yesterday's value. If, big if here, but if we lose previous week's value area high, the natural progression, if suddenly the market got very heavy, I'd find it somewhat surprising on what I'm going to consider a holiday session, then you'd be looking for a move down here, 400s, 440s, right, into point of control. And if it really got weak all the way down here, I find that move there kind of hard to think about happening today, given the probability that not many people are playing the market. But you never know, you just never know, so I've got to prepare you for it. All right, that's we'll deal with that as and when and if we get there. But the first moves we're looking for are a push that fails, TP1, TP2, TP3, or a flush that bids up, right? Those are your first opportunities in the market. Your second opportunity in the market will be if you reclaim this to go from one side of value to the other, and kind of the same, but on a weekly. If you lose this, and stay heavy here, will be this move, all right? One of these options, all right? So that's to have you prepared for what we're looking for. If we move up here, you can just see we're trading right in the middle of the gap. It's the last place I want to trade right now, all right? So we don't want to trade right in the middle. We want to see this come back here, test some key level, and fail if we're going to go for downside, all right? That's what we're going to look for. Okay. Let's cycle through some of these names quickly for you to get through. ES, over the 900s, which is that key level, I'd probably say, over under. Let's have a little look. Yeah. So relative strength here. Can ES find a bid at 900 and continue that move up? Otherwise, you're looking at 880s. All right, so I'd be looking to see, can it hold 900, whole number, or 880s for that bid back up to take out some of this liquidity? That's the big question. It has relative strength. It's possible. If we look at RTY, that was on a screamer Sunday, come back down, big push yesterday, same kind of thing. Does it find a bid here? Or do we see that rotation in small caps at the end of the year start to come back into the bigger names? Time will tell, time will tell. All right, spiders. 85 upside, and then there's not really much until 700. The big gamma, I had a look last night, is still up here. I can't imagine we get there this side of the year, but you just never know. All right, so I'd be watching 85. That's been a level for a few weeks, as has 82 and 80s. All right, so 80s, pull back into 80s. If they hold a pull back into 80s, we can be bullish. 82s as well. There was some exposure there, but not very much. 85s is your top level. So that's kind of potential rotation here on an hourly while they build it out. Qs, same kind of thing. This needs to be blue. And we can move this pivot up into around here. All right, watching 615s on Qs if they flush down there and hold. Same as like that move we were looking for on NQ. And if they lose that, then you can see it's back into range. Some liquidity here we can aim for, but it all depends. Remember, we've got a balance 2 weeks. This is 2 weeks balance range ahead. Going to be tough to get acceptance back into there, but we will see. VIX continues, or had continued, to drift lower. All right, low 14s. This starts to get into the area where market just barely moves when we're down here, you know, no volatility. This is fear, greed, and volatility. This is how I think about the VIX. So, yeah, all the time we're down into here, we're not going to move too aggressively. We can see it's caught a little bit of a bid at 14. We're going to have to watch how it acts at 1490s, 15s. Does it reclaim? If it reclaims, maybe we get a bit of weakness in the market this morning. Bitcoin, all right, reflushed a little bit last night, or the last few sessions. You can see from Monday, a bit more of a sell-off back into this range. Those trading Bitcoin, there's your range. Look below, look above. It needs to hold this, and it's still got to reclaim this area up here. Otherwise, it's still pretty bearish. Let's have a look at the big names. Opening up flat on Apple, still in this range. Right, this is Friday, I think, Thursday. All right, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, still just boxed in right now. Not a lot to do. It had weakness yesterday. Do they hold that pivot? Big question. We're going to set price alert at this low just in case. Amazon flat as well, boxed in as well. You can see these boxes, folks. All right, a little bit of an uptrend here. If they start breaking below this, you'll see weakness. Otherwise, this has squeeze potential for a break. But both are possible, if buts and maybes. But that's the market we're in right now because we don't have too many participants. It's very similar here to Google. All right, strong trend, starting to try and break. There's the look below, which bid. They rebid it. Can they hold 309s now? If they lose 309s, are they going to go backside? Again, open up slightly flat, or slightly weaker actually on Goog. Metal slightly weaker as well, slight gap down. A couple bucks, not a lot. Yeah, Monday gave that whole drive back look. look above and fail, hold drive back. Zoom out of this. Yeah, can it hold this mid part, or do we get weak into there? Question marks over that. Flat here on Microsoft. All right, same thing, guys. Boxed in. Look below, look above, create liquidity. It's going to be the story of the session by the looks of it. All of the mag look very similar. Nvidia going to come back for these 180 checks, or at least 50% or 61% to look. All right, so look above here, couldn't regain it. Tried a few times yesterday, starting to lose the bid. So we could think about this. Either catches a bid here or here, and if it doesn't catch a bid there, you're going to see weakness. How are we doing for time? Not too bad. Tesla couldn't quite make it. All-time highs did come yesterday. All right, just shy of that 500. They're all front-running that 500. It's such a magnet. You'd expect it to get there, but we will see. So back down, protecting yesterday's low, current week low, previous day low. We've got some bids down here where we absorbed. So can they hold this and have another shot at it? Or are we just going to sort of sit in here, which is very probable. Let's just have a look at a couple outside of this. So I want to look at Oracle. Oh my God, that's pissed me off. So I was bidding at 75. We had 78 gap fill. I was bidding at 75, never got it. Ugh. Sorry, team in Discord. I don't know if anyone took that swing off the gap fill. That was really nice. It's worked really well. AMD, all right, had a big shot yesterday. They sold it. All right, we've got trapped participants above. All right, they sold the 220s and right back down into this ledge now. Other one I want to look at is AVGO. It's got a bit of a shelf it's been building. Yeah, it's still trying to fill the gap. So I'm going to leave. Let's do some alerts down here. These are just for potential swing opportunities. That's all it is. All right, that's us covered. Back to the queues we go. Don't be pushing too hard today, folks, all right? Today is not a day to go attacking the market with all your size and pushing, right? Expect low volume. Expect things like slow drifts and things like that. Morning, all just joined, been trading futures using supply and demand, wanting to learn how you guys trade. Oh, good morning, good morning. Does it say the 20 seconds? Is that what it says? Let's change that. Sorry. It's the auto change in OBS. Clearly, maybe it's because I set it live yesterday. That's probably why. It's probably my fault. All right, here we go, folks. Open coming up. What, just under 1 minute away. How do you join Discord? You have to do the 20-hour beginner to advanced course, and it comes for free with that. Right, lifetime for free with that. That's the course you've got to do if you want the Discord. Gold, sorry, you want a gold? I mean, you just be looking to see if there's an all-time high continuation or not. You've got some structure down here. I think about these little nodes here. Do you start holding bids, closing the gap or not? If you don't close that, if you don't lose that gap, you're coming right back down. That's all I'd be looking for this morning, is that gap. How do you act in that gap? No, I do not wait 30 minutes. I'll trade whatever the setup. If the setup requires me to wait 30 minutes, I will wait 30 minutes. If it does not require me, I will not. So here's the morning drive. Now, here's the push into value. Here's the question, how do we act here at value? Lower time frame algo, previous week high. There's the tap of value. Do they now sell this back down is the question. So watching this to see if we get acceptance back into value or if they're going to sell. Right, do we get acceptance back into value or are we going to sell? If we find acceptance, then we're looking well, you guys who take rotations are looking at 94s and 715. So straight into value. What a load of cock. This is going to leave us nothing to do today, probably. Don't see a huge driver there. We've got mixed bag in the mag. Amazon with a push this morning, I guess. And all the way back up to previous day's value area high off one push. Fantastic. And this is what we call a thin market. What a load of cock. So we will see. Do they reject, or are they going to now bid over value area high and keep going? I don't really fancy buying up here off a move like that this morning. Thank you very much, market. They're still bidding this. This is on a squeeze now. Well, I'm sorry, folks. There's nothing we can do with that. When the morning, when the opening minute goes through all the levels like that and keeps squeezing, oh, I'm not touching it. Not with a barge pole. No chance. No chance. So protected the gap. No reaction here. No reaction here. Slight reaction at value area high, but I'm not bidding there when we've gone through it on a 1 minute candle. There is no way, just no way you will catch me doing that. Holiday candles. Holiday candles. Okay, let's see if they hold a bid here or not. Are they going to come right back down to point of control? Or are you going to have to change this? I'm going to get rid of this altogether, to be quite honest. And we're just going to watch yesterday's levels now. You could bid here. I will not be bidding here because we just squeezed up. I don't want to bid or squeeze up. Let's have a look at how we look inside of here. That was very aggressive for a morning shove. So back down towards point of control at the moment. Those sevens. Watching this POC down here. They're trying to get aggressive here. If they lose POC, then we're going to go right back to the other side, you know. Okay, back down towards V1. Oh, you gotta love a holiday session. You gotta love a holiday session. That is funny. That is funny. All right, I give you. We might just come right the way back down here if we lose all this. If they don't bid here, we're going to come right the way back down. I'll give you a readout there. Tesla's just gone green to red, all right, but it's pretty much flat. Nvidia 0.13% up, Microsoft 0.15% up, Meta 0.01% up, Google 0.03% up. Amazon's the strong one today, 0.81% up, and Apple's is 1/3% down. Spilling water everywhere. Okay, well, inside of yesterday's value, this is not ideal. This was the last thing I wanted, unfortunately. This in the previous week, so we'll just see how we act here. If they find a bid around here, it might be that we can drive back up and take out some of those edges yesterday at 39s and above, but not convinced right now. Big shove up, big pullback into previous day point of control. Do they rebid? I have no idea. If they can't rebid, then back down to here and New York Open we go. So they basically, their opportunity now is to bid this and do one of these. If they lose this, we'll come to here. Here's the rotation. If we lose that, we go back right back down to the New York Open. Let's see. Yeah, this is probably like the worst setup we could have asked for. If I'm perfectly honest with you, the last thing we wanted to do was drive through all the levels in the opening 1 minute, and then in minute 3, 4, 5, and 6 be right back stuck where we were yesterday. That was not my. If you asked me what my A+ move was today, this would not have been it. All right, but let's see. It looks pretty bullish now. We're starting to grab bids here. So let's see if they can bid above value and start expanding, maybe up to previous day's high if we got very lucky. That's what they're attempting to do at the moment. Oh God, if it's going to be like yesterday up here, there's not going to be a lot we can do with it. What's VWAP? I think you might need to do a little bit of research before you trade if you don't know what VWAP is. It's volume weighted average price. Be slightly concerned if you don't know what that is, if I'm honest. Okay. ES did tag previous day high and Globex already twice. Starting to find a bid here. Here we go. Let's see then. Can they get acceptance? Looking for a squeeze up. Current value area high is right here. Don't want to give this much room, but I am looking for a continuation squeeze. Very light size, by the way, folks. Very, very, very light size. Here we go. Through value. Let's see if we can get through to the 740s and above. Can we get above here? If we can get above here, I'm going to pull some out straight away as soon as we get into here. I want to see us hold these levels and get into here. What I don't want is us to get stuck. If we keep failing above this, the danger is this rotation. I do not want to play that rotation. I'm trying to play for this at the moment, trying to position for that. I will cut at VWAP if we can't. Otherwise, to just get caught there again above current day's value, which is currently 26. Let's get some volume on for you guys. No, that's not what I want. No, no, no. Come here. There we go. Okay. They're trying to bid 10s here. It looks sloppy and messy right now. Yeah, 740 is Globex highs. We haven't taken it yet. That's what I was trying to play up into. If we get through that, I don't want this to come back under VPOC here at 705s. So we've got some buyers trapped under 705. We need to use their pain to move higher. So I'm playing their pain point at the moment. If we lose that pain point, then I'll be flat. Because if we lose 705s right here, all right, there are sellers underneath who are stuck. I will cut out because I do not want to come back into this. I'll just cut break even if we get back into this, which we're getting very close to doing right now. There's VWAP. We're looking for this. If they collapse this, then this is possible. I don't want to trade this part. I'll just leave it alone and see if we find a bid here again or if we collapse the whole thing. Getting very close to my stop here for BE. 705s is their pain point underneath that. Okay, stopped out. So a whole 17 bucks I made there. Fantastic. We'll wait. Back into value area low on the session, losing VWAP. ES has relative strength. Couldn't find a continuation bid. Gonna leave this alone now because I don't want to trade really inside of what we created yesterday. This is my no trade zone at the moment. I want to see if we can do this or if we're going to collapse this. Even that's going to be ugly if we're going to do that unless we trap a lot of volume up here. It might be that we go to sleep again. What do I think about the opening range breakout strategy? Well, I think it's a legitimate strategy. That's about all I can say on it. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't work, like most strategies. Okay, they caught a bid at VPOC. Again, this is not accurate. VPOC for me is down at 704, 705s, where my stop was. I need to let this settle down. ES looks really good, like it wants to go. VIX is trading back down at low of day. Q's lagging again. Where's RTY? RTY pullback today. Tesla, the weak one, half a percent down. Oracle as well, 2.28% down. So we do have some weakness in tech. Rest of the market is trying to catch a bid by the look of it. Amazon's caught a big, now 1% up. Google now 0.75% up. Meta 0.15% up. Microsoft 0.25% up. Nvidia 0.33% up. Tesla 0.5% down. Oracle 2.16% down. Apple's trying to close its gap. This thing can't make its mind up what it wants to do. It looks pretty bullish. SPYs definitely look bullish right now. They're about to take out that high and Globex. but weakness in ES, in Qs. God, I'm ready for that holiday if I can't say the difference between that. So through back down into previous day point of control now. We might rotate all the way down into value if they can't find a bid at previous day point of control. Value area low from yesterday will be 677s. This is my no trade zone at the moment. Yes, rejecting Globex there. Into VWAP, into flow zones. Sellers coming in down here, not getting their way. So there is still absorption around previous day point of control for now. They're trying to re-offer 705s. Hasn't come up there for the re-offer. Book looks a bit thin now. It's already gone to sleep. Anything could happen very quick if a big player comes in both sides. Here comes the bid of previous day point of control. Now they're going to try and get back up to 24s will be their job. Here's previous day value area high. I'm still willing to play upside if we can find acceptance above a key level. I don't want to play inside of yesterday's value. Can we get above previous day's value area high and start squeezing? Come on, Bookmap, catch up, please. So here's the test of those 20s. 24s, I think I said was the level. Here we go. Can we start squeezing now? ES looking good. Can't get through value area high on the current session. Want to see expansion there for me to get in. Looking for us to base above here for that move. Here we go. So here's 24s coming up. We need to get through 20 in that candle at 37. All right, all the buyers got caught from 24s to 34s, and the same from the candle at 932. So I'm watching those levels. That's why I'm waiting to see if we can find acceptance above there. We're rotating into it. I need to see if we can find acceptance above it. Very possible, JSource. Yeah, I mean, we do expect sideways, no volume today. That is our expectation, is for that. They're holding POC again. No acceptance yet from ES on that drive out. I don't know, Carla. Couldn't tell you why. Maybe you're measuring it differently. Morning, Bella. How's it going? Morning, Bella. Everyone say good morning to Bella, our Apex queen. Yeah, no early Christmas present. You're right. You are definitely right. We're just stuck. We are stuck. It's trying. It keeps trying up here and failing. Every time buyers step in here, they're getting hit with a passive seller. But it's trying. It is definitely trying to get going here. It wants to get through these value area highs from previous day and current day. It's just struggling a bit. 720 is the level. You can see every time it's up there, there's some buyers keep getting offside. If they get comfortably through that, we'll squeeze. Here we go. Can it get through it? Just added more offside delta there. There's sellers at 25s and 30s. We have the chance to go here. I really think we have the chance to go here on a squeeze. So can we find acceptance to squeeze now? Upside to 40 is possible. Come on, market. Someone just put their foot down on the gas. There you go. All right, here we go, folks. Here we go. So we're looking for that upside target. ES starting to go now as well. Can we get acceptance? Here we go, folks. Here we go. Looking for that move into 40s. Take some partials on the way because we're not in a big volume day. But once we get to 40s and above, we might start squeezing. Here we go. We've got some sell side inefficiencies above into 45s. Here we go. Partial into this. Thank you very much. Took a minute to go there, didn't you? And let's see. If we get very lucky, we get up here. But most of my money's coming out here, just in case, because I'm expecting range rotation. And we thinned out straight away. The bids Where's Mr. Bidder? I can't see anyone. We're looking at 5 lots on the tape here. There's Mr. Bidder. He's down at 17 and 20s now. So they're going to refresh down there if they get the opportunity. No one with size up here right now. Man, I missed the short from previous day, value area low, almost gap filled. Missed the long from the current session. This might be a no day for me. Oh, that's all right. I mean, you're not missing a lot. Let's be honest. You know, the range is pretty small. You're not missing much. Okay, so here we go. Back down into that bid we just talked about, 20s and 17s, filling this imbalance. There's not many players on the book today, folks. I'll tell you that much. There are not many players on the book. 20s is key. I'd say 21 and 20 and 19. Those all have over 100 lot buy side delta currently offside. So sellers will want to keep the will want to get back under those guys. That's where they keep rebidding. Here we go again. So that same level, 17s and 20s. Can we find acceptance? ES looks fantastic. ES looks fantastic. What's dragging us down? It's Oracle right now. It's the chips. Tesla 0.25% down. It's trying to play catch up. Oracle just under 2% down. AMD 0.5% down. AVGO is trying to go red to green. And then you've got those like gamma exposure, what should we call them? Quantum names. Kind of just dithering around today. So RGTI 1.60% down. MVTS 0.3% down. IONQ's up on the day. It's looked good recently. 0.5% up. IREN 1% up. It's an interesting one. Kavana, don't say you've gone without me getting involved short side yet. Don't. You fuck. Oh. Well, that pisses me off. Motherfucker. Okay. Sorry for language. All right, guys from Discord, you'll know that I was looking at this. We mentioned it at the weekend. Didn't get filled yesterday. Got limits out here, hoping to get filled for this. At least this gap fill and a collapse. I think this thing is dead in the water, honestly. It's way overcooked it. Okay, here comes a squeeze. So can we get up to previous day's high now is the question. This is our next target. If we get there, I already pulled most of my money out. Is there a giant wall at 783? I wouldn't say it's giant. There's an 89 lot in front of it. Not giant, but there are people there. It might get thicker as we get closer to it, but there's not much on the tape today. Here we go. One more squeeze attempt here. Let's go. See if we can get up into 90s. Beautiful. Here we go, folks. So just playing from previous day value area high. Once we held previous day point of control and gap fill, remember we held that twice. Sellers tried once, sellers tried twice. We play their pain, partial into here, and let's see if we can get up into that if we get really lucky. And we want to support the bid here now. We don't want this bid to start losing up here, right? Because we're in a squeeze now to move higher. So we want to try and support the bid here. We do not want to lose this level. If we lose this level, I'm uninterested in this market. But we're going to do that as great. Anyway, well, it wasn't what we wanted, but we've made a little bit of money today at least. Unfortunately, that opening candle was an absolute ripper. Couldn't get involved in that. Didn't quite fill the previous week gap. And didn't offer any sell opportunity or any buy opportunity. It was pretty naughty, actually. Dirty candle. All right, back into this grey box. My stop is the bottom side of this grey box. I want to see them support a bid. I'm long from previous day value area high here. If we don't support a bid, then I will give back on my runner. Buyers just got caught up here a couple times. Want to be careful. They need to get back above 45s here. They definitely need to hold current value area high, which for me, what am I looking at? Is 32s. All right, around here. Move this up a little bit. Somewhere around here we want to hold. If they can't hold this, I'll cut it, folks. You're in both long. Nice. Nice, JSauce. All right, I'm out of this now, folks, on the runner. Nice, JSauce. Yeah, I wanted to be in both. Oracle, I really wanted to be in. All right, when everyone was calling for the end of the world on it, I was like, this is... I mean, the pullback on it was so good. People don't understand how much we moved so quickly. If we think about this is ridiculous. ORCL, sorry, thought it changed. Here we go. %48 pullback, basically a 50% discount. Yes, please. Into structure. Here's the gap fill. Gap fill was right here. All right, so I was looking for longs. I just wanted a little dip into 75s, and I was looking for this retrace. Now you've got a gap above into 216s. I'll be selling some into that. I saw yesterday they said that they're looking for 50% upside next year, so 50% upside. So back into that same level. I think they'll way exceed that, but I'll be taking partials off into that gap fill and then just holding. And if we bid for the rest of the year, then it would be fantastic. And if we lose it, I'll cut it and I'd re-attack it down here. But yeah, so nice play, mate. Well done. Getting long in that. We were looking for it in Discord. I had my limits out. Two things I've missed now, unfortunately. Is what it is. All right, I'm out of this. All right, I got out of this on this edge of this grey box. They're still holding, though. But now flat, so we're locked in $490. That's it for today so far. Long entry in case of a New York mid-open retest. What, you want a 50% pullback off your open candle? Or, I mean, I think it's probably given that. That's probably what that dip is. There's your open. That's that opening candle that... So this was the 50% retrace into that open candle. If you're going for a whole session, you're into these same lows. You're basically into previous day point of control, current value area low. The only thing I'd say, Peter, is if you come down, if we build lots of liquidity here and we come down into this level and we don't reclaim, right, and they don't bid, then we're going to use that and we come right back down into here. This is where it gets a bit tricky, especially on low volume. Remember, it wouldn't take a lot for one player to just be like, I'm done with this market for this year. And we can close very quickly. Right, into point of control for the current session and VWAP. Range is very small today, folks. All right. Might look big. You might be like, we've got 113 point range. We have, but most of the range is actually just in here. You're playing with 40 points, right? Because looks above have failed, look below this has failed, and we started the day down here and we've shown no signs of going back there. So we haven't got much to play with. I'd say buyers are still in control of this session right now, but we're just testing previous day's value area high. So if they don't find a bid here, we will rotate to previous day point of control, previous day value area low. So don't really want to play in this, right? So if they don't find a bid here, they will rotate to this. And if they lose this, this. If they lose this, this is possible. Definitely this is possible, but they might well just bid. This would be like yesterday, right? Yesterday we did this in here. Today we might well do this in here again. Very, very possible, folks. Right, so they've lost value area high. Back into here now. If they lose this, back into here. And then you have to ask, do they bid off previous day value? Or was this just a test of value and we're going to lose it all? Come back down to New York Open, gap fill. I don't know. I really don't know, folks. Whatever they want to do with it, they can. We'll just try and follow as they go. Tesla about to close its gap. So whole of market's trying to go green at the moment. Thank you. Whole of the market's attempting to go green at the moment. We are attempting to hold current day's value area low, this level here, and previous day point of control, and the gap fill. Right, so gap fill. This is previous day's close, previous day's point of control, current day value area low. This is discount for the day. If they can hold it, if they lose it, then we're going to look for deeper prices. Here, here. I have no bias here, folks. No bias. Bulls definitely came in this morning, but I don't have too much of a bias. Thoughts on Nvidia? Let me have a look for you. Swing, you mean? You bought the dip, as in you bought a swing dip? I mean, you can see the levels I'm looking at. You're just in a range on Nvidia. I don't think anything more than that. All right, bit of a blow off up here. Never able to reclaim. All right, so you got buyers trapped up there. If you break down under this level, it's night-night. All right, so I wouldn't be holding on under here. You've had two undercuts, two look belows, which have reclaimed. I'd just be very careful if you lose 170, basically. But otherwise, you're just going to trade between 85 and 70. If it gets through 85, squeeze potential to 90. If it gets through that, it's got bigger potential. That's my thoughts. All right, so back down into previous day value area low. So they lost value area high like we talked about. They're losing previous day point of control. They're coming back down into previous day value area low. Do they find a bid here? If they can't find a bid here, they come right back down to the New York Open and the old gap fill. It is not very fun out here. Classic pump and dump. I wouldn't call this a dump yet. It might look like a dump, but I wouldn't actually call this a dump yet, right? It's a push, a look above and fail, and we're just in yesterday's range. There's no dump here, guys. All right, just be aware. This is tiny. This might look big because we're in tiny range. This is fuck all. Nothing's really happening here, all right, fellas and ladies and gents, let's say. All right, you're looking at like 30, 40 points in rotation. It's not a dump, right? The dump will come if we start losing, you know, some of these. This is definitely not a pump and dump, not right now. It's a push and a look above and fail. I'll give you that. Low hanging fruit, push, pull back, low hanging fruit, look above and fail, can't hold value, back down to other side of value. But this is the D shape from yesterday. All right, we have to leave that for anything further to happen, in my mind. 10 a.m. news. Consumer confidence, yeah, 10 a.m. What's expected? 91 expected, 88 previous. I would just try not to carry too much of a bias today. That's all I would say. Light volume, holiday day. We're here to turn up and have some fun. If we get anything else, it's a bonus. Right, value area low, previous day high down here. This is where they're going to want to bid. If they lose the bid here, New York Open and New Week opening gap. Potential, but you would imagine they'll want to try and bid here, but we will see. Just remember, we're basically stuck between yesterday's value and previous week value. A bit like yesterday. It's a little bit of no man's land. We've gone through gold a few times, so I'm sorry, I'm not going to keep clicking over to gold. You're short at 729. That's nice. Once we left this grey box, that's nice. All right, look above, left the grey box, you're short. I'd be partialing into these. All right, respect these levels. Previous day point of control, previous day value area low. Hold a runner in case you get back to New York Open and close this gap. But expect this to rotate. Yesterday we did this. It's very possible they do this again. My expectation, like defensively, I'm thinking, okay, we're likely to rotate there. And if we don't and you get further move downside for you, great. But make sure you're paying yourself along the way. Book's very, very thin here. Came in at 89.1 versus 88.7. Previously and estimated at 91. So it came in under estimate, but better than last month. I mean, it means nothing. It's a bit like the CPI print. Oh, inflation's gone down, but we've only included 20% of inflationary products. Oh, fantastic. So, so what you're telling me is you're cooking the books again. All right, value area low here, previous day. There's some absorption here down to 67s is where they keep bidding down to at the moment. And they've just got passive orders out on the book. Aggressive sellers keep stepping in at 67s looking for this wash. Here's previous week high. I'm not trading anything right now. One and done so far for the day, or it might have been 2 attempts at it, but one and done so far for the day. New York Open down here. If we lose that, we got the gap that we were in before. So it's not sort of your mag doing the damage right now. It's those other names we talked about. It's AMD, it's AVGO, it's OSCR, it's PayPal, it's Kavana, it's Bull, it's Neo, it's iBit, it's Iron, it's IONQ, MBTS, RGTI. It's the quantum names that again suddenly got hit. RGTI now almost 4% down. MVTS 2.41% down. IONQ 1.41% down. IREN 1.57% down. Those names got hit. Neo 2% down. Bull 3.2% down. Kavana 1.19% down. Oscar Health 1.90% down. AVGO now 0.5% down. AMD 1% down. So it's the names outside of the mag getting hit. They are the ones where the profit taking, everyone's like, get the fuck out of this. We're coming into end of the year, don't want to hold. They're the ones getting hit right now. Mag's not doing too bad. Tesla's the weakest one, 0.5% down. Everything else is green. So just probably a rotation. We can have a look at the breadth of the market. Let's have a quick look. Where are you? I mean, it doesn't look too bad out there still. Pull this over for you. Go away. There we go. It doesn't look too bad. So you can see the names getting hit. Your oracles, your softwares, consumer defensive. But the mag's okay. It's outside of the mag getting tagged right now. Okay, down into the gap. This is previous day low, this green line. All right, down into the gap, right, giving the whole thing back. Are we going to see follow through? I'm just trying to look to see if we see a rotation. Tesla's starting to really sell now. Still weak on the spiders. Watching this New York Open. If they reclaim this and revisit value area low, I'll consider a reshort up here. I just want to be careful because we're in rotation. This is New Week opening gap. If they come back up here, ideally here, I'll consider that move down. Just don't, if we do this, I don't want to play it. Right, they've had enough faffs up here for 2 days now. We're going to continue. I need to see that. Or in front of that also is okay. And I'll tell you, the big sellers came in. One block came in at 62 and the other guys came in at 77. So one block came in at 62. The other guys came in at 77. So currently we've tapped previous day low. See if we can close below it, if they can get aggressive. So that New York, let's get rid of these on the screen. New York Open acting as resistance right now. Let's see if we can get and close this gap or not. Do they get acceptance underneath previous day low? So far, the low of the auction is all selling. All right, so it's all sell side at 30s. There's still some bids down there. I want to see this pop up first before I think about anything else. Yeah, gap fill's possible. That would be the edge of the grey box, right? The gap fill. That's the edge of the grey box. That's what we were looking at early morning. Didn't expect them to do that push quite so aggressively early morning, I will be honest with you. I'm looking to see if they drift this up and resell it. We're a bit extended right now. I've got a nasty feeling that they're just going to do it in one move like they did earlier. Lots of bids down here. 30s, 32s, 25s, 20s, 15s, 05s. Look at all this liquidity below. So ideally they pop this up for a resell and they don't reclaim value. We do not want to. If they reclaim value, I'm fucking not touching it. If they're going to be dirty dogs today, I'm not interested. But if they pop up and sell like that, even that last move wasn't too bad, then we're interested, right? I am interested in these pushes that start to fail, especially if they start closing below 30s. Right, if they start closing below 30s. So some buyers got caught there at 45s. Bids here at 30s. I think we're going to go now lower. Here's the 30s. They keep bidding. I think we probably swipe all these guys out for downside pressure now. Here come 30s. Come on, Bookmap, catch up so I can see. So they're bidding 30s, 25s, 20s. Ideal scenario for me will be something, maybe to get over New York Open, a little pop somewhere into this node or here, which is resold. Otherwise, they're going to force me to play low of day, which is not ideal. I don't really want to do that, but I'm watching this here and this here. All right. So do we reject this, like a look above here, or do we come all the way up here and reject this, which will be actually be better price-wise? I will not play if we get back inside that. I'm not interested. Not interested. Remember, we're protecting the gap at the moment. So here over this little node. So either they look above this and fail now, or they're going to squeeze all the way back up to previous day value and current day value area low. This is where buying keeps coming in at 56s. They keep getting stuck here. Again, they got stuck there at 56s. So this is that like look above that node and fail kind of move. Has potential here. Lots of buyers got stuck in that last wick, I'll tell you that now. So can we close back downside, the bottom side of this node, and start losing 33s now? If they rebid over 56s, we probably go value area low. If they stay heavy around 56s, we should be able to look for a wash into a new low of day. Here we go. So they're protecting it so far. They need to see follow through though. Yeah, not much follow through here. Hello, wakey sellers, come back in, please. This New York Open, sticky. They've got to lose New York Open. Come on, here we go. Come on, lose this, lose this. You've got to lose New York Open, please. Stop pissing about around this. There's a seller under New York Open, keeps getting stuck right at 43s. So the rotation right now is 56 to 43s, waiting for one side to win. Sellers just want to keep these buyers at 56s stuck. If they can't keep them stuck, we'll go previous day value low. Here we go. This is seller coming in back in again here at 42s, being aggressive. We just need a close, which is heavy here. Eyeing this up for a short. Big block just came in. Can they see follow through to 30s now? What's this white line here? Is this just one I've plotted on the chart? Oh, this is the opening range. Jesus Christ. Figure out what that was. Okay. So still watching 56s where the buyers are stuck. Still no position for me. Cleaning up 56s now. So either they retrap buyers now or we go right the way up to value area low again. Still no position. Waiting to see there if they were going to trap with follow through. And if we reclaim value, I will not short this. All right. If we reclaim previous day value area low, I'm not going to play short because they're protecting that gap. Yeah, I don't mind the long. The long back up to here makes sense. And then trim some. All right. If you're playing this reclaim, I'd trim some here. And if you get this, you might come all the way back upside. It's very possible because we've just repriced this candle, right? We're filling this imbalance. So if you've got long here, trim this. I'm waiting to see if they want to reshort this back down. If they don't, then your long is possible to value area high, and I will just be no position at all. Okay, stop talking, start focusing, Alex. There's a sell imbalance into 71. We just tagged into. $680 up here, big block. Nice, J Source. Yeah, it's nice. That's just how you've got to trade in this market right now. We're trapped between two ranges, right? Previous week and previous day. Oh, you fuck. Don't tank this now. Got caught monologuing. Oh, you absolute fuckwit. Got caught teaching. Oh, too late now. I'm going to need to pull back in. It's just getting heavy. These are where the sellers keep coming in, though, and getting stuck. I think we're going to get expansion here. Looking for the short now. Oh, I've missed that attack up high I talked about. Maybe we can come back up towards 60s. 50s, sorry, 650s. Let's see. Fill some of this in. New York open there. Flush coming by the looks of it. They're piling in here. Competitive price down here. You can see all these orders stacked down to 20s right now. Yes, going to lose a bid. I think the flush is coming like I talked about. It's getting very whippy around here. Here we come. All right, let's see then. You got follow through. Can we get under previous day low? And can we close the gap will be the next question. Sellers keep coming in here and not getting their way. You can see the book. They're not very big. If you look at Bookmap, these buys are not that big. 30, 25s, 20s, and then down to 10s. But they are absorbing down here so far. But I think they will get filled at some point. I'm watching this New York Open. I really want to see if we can come up to 50s and then reject 50s. Then I'll be really interested in the sell. Lots of selling down here without moving lower. I'd say everything is sell side for 37 and under without moving lower right now. So any seller under 37 is currently stuck. I want to see this hit 50s, all right, because I know that's where buyers came in. I want to see if they stay stuck. Oh, we just trap more buyers in this candle. This is such tiny range, it's hard for me to get involved in at the moment. Maybe if we get up to 50s, where's that imbalance? Imbalance 52s to 54s, maybe I'll think about it. Maybe if we do this, I'll be interested now because I've missed this. We were talking about this move up into here to protect it. I've missed it. Got caught teaching. This is the one problem I have sometimes trying to show you guys. I missed the actual moves I want. Let's see. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can fill this in just above 50s. But that keeps freezing here. Yeah, exactly. Both sides possible. I'm trying to be flexible today. All right, so I can show you my leaderboard, let's call it. It's all, I'm just trading one account today, up 710 on it. So we will just see what we get. Okay, here we go. Are we going to fill this imbalance into this little level? That's all buyers getting trapped there again. They were trapped at 51s before. There's a little imbalance into 54 I'm looking at. No one on the book above until 70s. It's a very thin book. Okay, here's that imbalance filled. They're supporting the bid now. Buyers are coming in. Well, it's now or never, sellers, I would say. You have the chance now or never. There's some bid support coming in. They're interested in bidding this at the moment. Yes, back to its gap, PDC. It looks messy down here. All I'd say right now, definitely sellers are caught under 37s, and we might well test this value area low up here now. We are seeing some bids come back into this market. $650 now being bid. He's walking up. He's trying to push this market up right now. He's rebid again. He's walking up. And again, he's walked up into 55s now. See if he's legit. And again, they're getting aggressive here. Not touching this. Too many games here. Way too many games here for me. Back to the 70s. If they go back inside a range, there's nothing I'm going to do. I'm not touching it up here. No way. This is my no trade zone. No way. We're going to have no acceptance above, no acceptance below. I'm not trading in 30 points, so I'm good, thanks. I'm absolutely good. But yeah, you can see a buyer on the tape. He started getting aggressive from those 30s. He walked up to 40, 42, 45, 50, 52, 55. He's now pushing this market up. He's literally stair-stepped up underneath. First time we've seen it. Yeah, into this low volume node, yeah. But we're into previous day value area low. We've reclaimed current value on the day. If they don't reject here, then we're going to go back inside value, and we're going to come up to previous day point of control, and then up to previous day value area high, and it's just going to be a no trade day for me in that market, in that area. ES back to New York VWAP. And there's those names are still rotating. It's not the mag guys, right? It's not the mag rotating. It's the sort of B and C list names, let's call it. That's what you're seeing rotation in right now. The B and C list names, I would call it. RGTI, IONQ, MVTS. Remember, today's the last balance day as well. We rebalance after today, right? On the ETFs, I'm pretty sure. So AVGO goes into the Qs after today. Today's the rebalance today. So it's their last chance to position. So that's probably what you've got going on with the rotation in those B and C list names. It's their last chance to reposition for the rebalance on SPY and QQQ. What is a rebalance day? Today, by the end of day today, we kick a load of names out of the queues and we bring a load of names in. All right, so the weakest names get pushed out and strong names that they want in go in. That's why overall you want to be long, right? And over why the market will always go up long term. It is built to go up, all right? So it's a bit like a relegation. I don't know if you have that in America, but for those to give you Premier League terms, all right, the bottom three of the table, they get relegated. They go into a lower division. That's actually what you get in SPY and QQQ. So we boot names out which aren't performing well, and we replace them with names which are performing well. Every quarter they rebalance. So that makes sure that the market stays strong. So if you imagine you've got a stock which is doing shit and is down on the year and no one wants it anymore and it's underperforming, and they replace it with a stock which is up 100% of the year, well, guess what? It brings strength into the market. All right. So that's what today's the last day to do it this quarter. So that's probably why you've got a lot of names, those big option names, those big quantum names. You're seeing some weakness in some of them. Well, they're actually quite whippy, like IREM, very whippy today. You're probably seeing people reposition themselves for the next quarter. Just stuck here at previous day values. I can't really do much at the moment. Do I have a certain entry like a break of a previous candle? Sometimes it can be a previous candle. Normally it's a break of an area where I think participants are really, really caught. So I'll have an area I want to buy or sell in, and then I'll look for an entry within that area based on what I'm seeing on the tape more than anything, or maybe it's even a reclaim of an EMA. Like right now, there's nothing for me to do. We're going to go back into range rotation. I'm fucking no way am I playing range rotation today. No, thank you very much. I don't want to play in the area we've been at all morning and all of yesterday. I do not want to play in here. It is a choice, all right? It doesn't mean you guys can't play in there, but I'm making the choice. I do not want to play long in this, all right? I don't want to play in this. We either need strength or weakness or nothing. That's how I'm treating this market right now. I don't want to get chopped up is the best way of putting it. Okay, so 85, 86 is a big level. 86 has positive delta court. 85 has negative delta. So 85 sellers are still in control. 86 is still stuck. We get above that, then more squeeze potential possible based on what I've seen on the book. Do we need MBO to get the DOM? This is just, I just play for CME data on here. But you don't have to use this DOM. This is just Bookmap. This is Bookmap's DOM, but you can use whatever you like. You just want data beyond. I mean, I never get people that look at, they say, oh yeah, I trade the ladder, and then they have no prices on the ladder other than, you know, a tick either side. You're not trading the ladder. You're not trading a ladder if you're seeing a tick either side of you, like what you would get for free from Top Step, for example. If you're actually going to look at this data, you need to pay for the data to see it all. Okay, so previous day point of control now at 94s. You got both VWAPs, 24-hour and cash VWAP up here. We're getting stuck right now at previous day value area low, so maybe they drift in and lose it. I don't know, folks, but it doesn't look very pretty right now. It's one thing. The one thing I do know is it doesn't look very pretty. So losing previous day value area low. Value area low on this current session is 6. It's 6. Don't want to say that out loud. It's the 6s. All right, it's the 6s. I'm not going to say that out loud. And we have a shelf up here into 700. Okay, so this was the this was the level that they broke down from. All right, so they're trying to catch a bid here to complete this, and if they get through this, they're going to try and complete higher. It's messy. It's messy. Exactly, Mike. I'm with you. You're amazing. Your trading style fights my style, and I really appreciate your style mentorship. Thus, I will join your channel and support you, your honesty and professionalism. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Very kind. Okay, into this imbalance above. So into these two VWAPs, previous day close, previous day point of control. Where's my mouse? It might be a no trade day for Alex. Big buyer coming in here, 192 lot, trying to force this squeeze higher right now. He was a market buyer. He came flying in at the 83s, right? Flying in at 83s. That's big old size. Market open tomorrow? I don't believe so. Well, I mean, some of the futures will be open. Not the whole day necessarily. But just treat it as a holiday. I would not bother. But you have jobless claims tomorrow morning. I will probably take tomorrow off. I'll see. Maybe I'll come on for an hour. Thursday and Friday you're off. Okay, Thursday, Friday you're off. And then next week you're back into it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I might trade Monday, Tuesday next week. I think stuff like this is, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this sums up the dirtiness of a government. You're going to put initial jobless claims out on Christmas Eve, and then you're going to put more jobless claims out on New Year's Eve. When no one's here. You're just going to hide it when no one's here. I mean, I just think that's That sums up the government for me. Well, we've had no data for months and months and months, and some of the biggest data you're going to put out when no one's there. Good one. You normally not trade previous day value area because if we've, it depends on what that value. If this value area was nice and big, I'd consider it. But look how small this is, and look how we've chopped this morning, and chopped here, and chopped yesterday. I don't want to chop in here. I don't want to play in here, right? This is bollocks in there. I'm not interested in playing in there. Think about, you just bought previous day value area long, and you just got stopped out. You're going to have another go and get stopped out again, or you're going to fade this, and maybe you come down to here. Like, I don't think there's edge, is the best way of putting it. There's not edge in that. When there's edge in previous value areas is when there's something like this, right? Nice big area. All right, lose this. Yeah, I have room. I have room. What the hell am I going to do in previous day's value right now? I mean, there's just from 15 to 80. 35 points. That's as big as my stop is normally. New Year's market, be quiet as well. Very, very quiet. January would be good. Volatility in January is normally very good. If we're going to see a sell, it's going to come Jan. Big if, but if we're going to see a sell, it's going to come Jan. Just go back and have a look at the last few years where we've done the big pullbacks. Take care, Carla. Yeah, I don't trade for the views, unfortunately. All right, protecting this little shelf, you can see we've developed like a bit of a node here. This low volume node acting as resistance right now, but if we get through it, it will be just like knife straight through. Volume today, very, very low. Very, very low. Critique of government with words like dirty equals a trapdoor on the thought police in the UK right now. I know. Well, thank God I don't live there. You can't have an opinion unless it's very, very left and in agreement with everything that they think. Yes, Kia, I'll get on my knees for you, Kia. Whatever you want, Sir Kia. They should get rid of his sir for a start. He's an absolute cretin. They are, yeah, they've been arrested, not even for posting, for liking other people's posts. But, you know, crime is at incredibly high levels, and when they say, oh, crime levels have gone down, oh, have you just suddenly not included knife crime in that data? This is the thing people don't understand, not you guys, because if you're trading, you're probably smart, but I'll make you aware of this. Things like that CPI report that came out, which came better than expected, didn't include like 80% of the goods we'd normally include. Right, this is what they do when they say, oh, unemployment's better than expected. They won't include some data. When they say crime's down or violent crime's down, they suddenly don't include like GBH and ABH. You have to like really look at the sort of asterisks at the bottom to see what they've included. Okay, so couldn't get back in above this low volume node. They're doing the same here, and you can see the rotational part is sort of here right now. Right, no acceptance above, no acceptance below. We have structure, we can chop. I'm not really interested at the moment. We have to leave areas for me to really be interested. Yeah, for liking posts fresh. Yeah, people have been arrested for liking other people's posts. They come to your front door, knock on your door, and try and arrest you. Even though, you know, you've had a daughter that's been raped, for example, that won't be looked at by the UK police because they're too busy. Yeah, it's in dire straits over there right now, unfortunately. It's not somewhere I'm in a hurry to move back to, let's just put it that way. It's the fall of a country. Can it be fixed? Absolutely, but not with the current leadership, I would say. Not with any of the leaders who are trying to get in at the moment either, I don't think. So, you know, I do worry about, this isn't about the UK or America, it's just a global thing. Where are the young leaders, you know, who are centre, not far left, not far right, bang in the middle centre, who can drive a good economy and a good social environment. Where are they? I'll tell you where they are. Nowhere to be seen, because anyone with anyone at sense doesn't want to be involved in politics at all. And that's the problem we have right now. That's why all the leaders, they're either crooked or old. Same stuff in Germany. Is that right, Roman? Oh, it's a shame. Where am I from? I'm originally from London, but I live in Los Angeles. Okay, so they caught underneath this grey box. You see this? No acceptance below. Low volume node caught them. Come back to the top side. If they hold the bid now, they will try and drive higher through this low volume node to the upside now, if they can hold the bid. It's a big if, but that's what they were trying to do. Can they hold this now into sort of 83s after doing the damage? So if they caught shorts here, can they hold this? Can they find acceptance above and go back into here now? That is the question they're currently posing in the market. I will not be trading this, but you guys are welcome to trade it. I'm showing you what they're trying to set up to happen. Volume point of control now is down here. So I know on this chart is showing up here, but on my chart, it's down here now. So they're trying to see if they can bid back above VPOC on the day and get back above PDC, which is where they keep failing, 92s. All the big selling came into the 700s this morning. It is messy. You see this grey box for the rotation. For me, I would say this is very, very messy right now. Moving towards anarchy, yeah. Unfortunately, I think you could potentially be right. It's going to take something to drastic to change the sort of trajectory mankind's on right now, I'd say. Anyway, I'll leave too much of my tin hat thoughts to myself, because you guys will think I'm absolutely insane. I'm trying to avoid consolidation, but above and below consolidation, you've got a big space. Also, you didn't trade here, I guess, only on points with big price movement, right? Yeah, I just, the way I see it, I need to know that I've got room, right? So if I'm going to hit a target, I'm not interested in 5 or 10 points, right? So I need to see that I've got room to get to my target. And then I've got to see that the risk profile makes sense to get there. That's kind of how I see trading. And if we don't have room, and if we're just light volume chopping backwards and forwards, I have to ask myself, is it worth my energy? I would agree. Children need to be nurtured. Yeah, absolutely. I'm from the UK, and I would say that's a fair assessment, Alex. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. Like, all my family live there, and I keep saying to them, I've got no interest in moving back. You know, I'm a landlord back there. I'm very close to selling up my home. People don't understand this, like, attack on what they consider rich. They don't understand, if you get rid of the private landlords, what you're going to get is the big companies come in. If I sell my house, it's going to be bought by a company owned by BlackRock, right? And they're going to fuck over UK citizens way more than anyone else. And people don't really understand that, so they vote for this, agenda that the government put in, like, oh, landlords are terrible and blah blah blah, and we're going to tax them loads. You're just going to replace it by a very greedy, big company, and that's going to hurt people even more. It's the lies that's the problem, right? And it's not people's fault that are hard-working people. They are getting screwed right now. There's no doubt about it. But the lies that the government tell is what's really damaging. But it's not just this government. It's not about Labour or about Conservatives. They've all been terrible for ages, ages and ages. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Historically, I was a Conservative voter. After the absolute mess of what we saw in the pandemic, there was no way I could vote for them anymore. So what I did was not vote at all. I was just like, fuck this. I can't vote for Starmer. But I'm not voting for Conservatives either, because they're all scumbags. And that's the same any country. Here's the squeeze back higher now, folks. That's the same for any country. You got to remember how many governments actually actually deliver on their mandate? Zero. Right? Zero ever deliver on their mandate. That's the big problem. I wouldn't vote reform. Not for me. Fiscally, I'm conservative. Socially, I'm more left of centre. Not left, but left of centre. So, I mean, that's kind of where I stand. I believe that, I don't think you should punish people for working hard. I think you should incentivize people to work hard. I think over the taxation that you're seeing in the UK is absolutely savage, right? I'll talk about me personally, right? I own 3 companies in the UK. I pay myself out of the UK, and I'm a landlord in the UK. I'm getting fucked on every single way going. I might as well just stop all work. So what's going to happen? Give you me as an example. I'm going to sell up and move everything I have to a more tax efficient country. So let's say I move to Texas next year. Well, UK loses everything that I've just done. Now multiply that by the millions of people who will be leaving the UK for similar reasons, going to Dubai, going to Portugal, going to more tax efficient places. What do you then get in the UK? Less job creation. People like me employ people, whether that's full time or it's on contract work or whatever, right? So less job creation equals what? More people with their hand out asking for money from the government equals what? More stress on the NHS. Less people in private health insurance equals what? Government going, oh, we need to get more money. Let's tax more. Hey, guess what, guys? You've been taxing more from the beginning of time. Is it working? No. Maybe you need to have a look at it, right? So this is the problem that you get in, right? So, and the agenda that they have of like tax the rich, earning 6 figures a year is not rich. I'm sorry, it's not. Earning 8, sure, but how many people do you know that earn 8 figures, and how many of those employ lots of people? Probably lots. So it's just for me, I would just say it's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a mess. I can't comment on. I haven't been there for a long time, so I can't comment on the border control. I think a lot of that is some of it's probably valid. Do you have a lot of illegal immigrants there? Yes. Do some of them need help? Yes. Are some of them violent? Yes. Are some of them great people? Yes. Is the UK built on immigration? Yes. I mean, there's just so many ways to look at it, right? So it's tough, guys. It's tough. I don't have the answers. I'm not a politician. I don't have the answers. I just want peace and fairness for everyone, right? I think motivate people to work. I don't think we live in a day and age right now where why do people not have the ability to have a safe home and put food on the table and clean water anywhere in the world? There's no reason for that nowadays. It's ridiculous that we still live in a place of, and I'm not talking about the UK, just globally, of famine and stuff. There's absolutely no reason for that. We need to do better as mankind. We will be doing, I'll tell you what, we will be doing more charity work here next year. On the channel, I'll be doing some charity work. My Christmas present from family this year is I asked for a donate. I do it every year. I've asked for a donation. This year I've done it for Movember. As some of you will know, I lost 2 friends to suicide this year. So maybe we'll do some Movember stuff. I'd like to do some homeless stuff next year. We'll figure it all out. Okay, so reclaiming. So you can see we're leaving the grey box. So they trap shorts. We'll get back to talking about the markets. Sorry, folks. So we trap shorts. They bid back up value. All right, trap shorts under here. They went back into grey box. They did this move here I talked about. And their target now is previous day value and current day value. So if you're long, these are your targets. Just be careful because it's so slow moving. Like this will feel big, but it's tiny, right? This will feel big, but it's like 10, 20 points. But it's a very slow day. So this is what we expect. Here we go. So you might get it now. Really nice. Here you go. So almost there. Really good. If any of you took it, congrats. We talked about this when we were here. There's the dip. So here's your 30 pointer. And I'd be holding runners now. If you can get through, you need to get through this little level here. And you'd be looking at 37s and then highs. And if you get really lucky, all the way back up here again. There you go, folks. Off it goes. Rotation, rebalance rotation. So into value, area high from yesterday. That's what I said. I try and avoid this, but I called it for you. Nice work. Nice work there, buddy. Nice work, Tyson. Yeah, so just hold now. See if you can get back through this grey box. If you get acceptance over 36s, I'd be looking for all the way up here. If you can find acceptance over 36s, but as long as you've protected those profits. Really nice. ES about to break out as well. You look good. You look really good. And you'd want them to hold sort of 704, 705s, really. Really nice. Really, really nice, guys. So let's just see if they can hold 704, 705s. But you've just completed the rotation of yesterday. I still think you've got a chance to move higher. I'll be honest. I'd be watching into 30s and then through 30s, obviously 50s, and through that. Maybe if you get lucky up towards the high 700s. But as long as you've protected in here. Yeah, this one's very slow to move on here. I have volume point of control down at 682 right now, mate. Down here. All right, on NinjaTrader. It's just slower on here to move, but my POC is down here right now. All right, so that was the hold of it, and then that's why the grey box is here. So I'd say you'd want to protect this for this move. If they lose this, you come straight back down in. And we're just going to do this rotation here if they lose this. You want them to hold a bid and do this right now. If you're already long, right? If you're already long, wouldn't be joining now. But that's what you want to see if you're already long. $95s. Okay, cool. Yeah, that works. Underneath previous day point control, VWAP there. Low volume node. It's a good area. You've already paid yourself, right, Tyson? So you got long from 85. You've paid yourself into 715. You've got your 30 handles. Your stop's 10 points in the money on your runner. And if you get going, fantastic. Nice work, mate. Really nice. PO shifts because of market sentiment. No, your point of control shifts because of volume. All right. So all point of control is the area where most volume is traded. Not most buyers, not most sellers, most volume. Most buyers and sellers. So when we pause in areas, like think about how much time we spent here and here again. This is why POC, you get these nodes here. This is POC for me down here right now. All right. TradingView has it up here. For me, I have it down here right now. I'm going to get a refill on this coffee and I'll be back, folks. I do have some good news as well. Funded Next have agreed to do 3 giveaways a month over here on this channel, which is fantastic. So we've got one that we're going to announce today off YouTube. You'd have seen that post. So starting in 2026, we will do 3 Funded Next giveaways a month, and we will try and do daily giveaways on Apex if we can get a few more codes, which would be nice. And then we just have to wait for Lucid. So I'm trying to give back to you guys. The bigger the channel gets, the easier it is for me to get them to give us codes for me to give you, right? So it's getting better, guys. A year ago, we didn't do any. So think about how quick it's going. Then we got like 1 a week or 1 a month on Apex, 1 a week, now 1 a day. Now some of the other guys are going to join in, which is awesome. Nice to see the community growing. All the time it grows, it means, okay, guys, I can give you guys more. And then we can see if we can get some other fun stuff. I'd love to do a deal with like a tech company and be able to do, a giveaway every couple months for, I don't know, a monitor or a keyboard or something like that would be cool. Okay, so the pullback here. back down to this same level we talked about. You don't want to see it lose these levels down here. And this is the low volume node down here. You don't want it to lose this level. There's a buyer at 762 lot. The bids are so small, both sides today. Still deciding between Apex and TPT. Yeah, just all depends what type of trader you are. I would say if you're consistent and you just want to go for base hit over multiple accounts and compound, Apex. If you want to go for the big wins, the big days, and sit in a trade set and forget, TPT out of those two. Yeah, out of those two. If you're a newer trader, I would look at Lucid or Funded Next. I think they're probably the easiest to pass and easiest to get paid from, but maybe not quite as good for scaling. No, it doesn't, which I didn't realize. Lucid does not have a monthly subscription charge. It's one-time fee, I believe, on the Flex accounts at least. Is that what they're called? Lucid Flex? That sounds right. On the whatever new accounts they launch, there's no monthly charge. Okay, so for me, VPOC just moved up here now. So point of control now around these 713. So for you buyers, you want price to get back above 713s, back above 715s, and start squeezing for you guys, and then you're going to be good. If you can get back above here and squeeze up, it would be ideal for you guys. But you don't want to keep losing. If you build a shelf here and lose it, it's going to get dangerous. We're in rotation. You will watch ES, see if you can get through initial balance. Here's the squeeze. Really nice. So Tyson, hopefully you're still in this. I think that might have got close to your stop. But if we can squeeze now, you've got these targets above. So, all right, I'll be watching this, and this. Big if, buts, and maybes, but you might have been knocked out. I'm not sure. Max payout on Lucid. Oh, before they move you live, you mean? I'd have to check. Let me have a look. Yeah, one-time fee on Lucid. I will check. It's trying to do it for you, Tyson. I don't know if their site's down at the moment. I can't get it open. Anyone else having that issue? There we go. It's open now. Let's have a look. Isn't ES absorbing above the wick? ES is doing pretty good, but it's got to get back above its initial balance high. So that high day it put in earlier at 948 is trying to get back above that, right? So at the moment, we're still in a rotational market. So payout caps, profit splits after the first 10,000. So for a 50K account, it's 1,500 first payouts, I think, and then 2,000 payout 3 and 4, and then 2.5, 5, and 6. And that's on a Lucid Pro. Let me check the flex. 2,000 on the flex, I think, on a 50K until you get to number 6 and then scale or live. So kind of like Apex in terms of like the money, but you don't have the consistency rules, right? Yeah, I love TPT, man. I love TPT. I can tell you this month it's been my and I've slowed right down now, but this month's been solid for me on TPT. Where am I up to? I just requested again last night. So where's the 12th? So 1,000, 1,500, 2,500, 3,500, and I've barely traded this month. Daily payouts. I think they're phenomenal. Phenomenal. And they're quick. Very quick. Normally takes a day. A day to, you put it in, they prove it, it takes a day to land, I would say normally. I really like them. Only thing I think they need to improve is their customer service a little bit. Still looks good, guys. You still look good for a drift higher. You can see this node here. So all of you guys that were long off this call here, right, that one there, once they failed this and did this, you look good. It's trying to do this move now for you. Some of you were long down here, which was fantastic. I didn't have the bollocks to take that, and I told myself I'm not going to trade in here today. Mainly because it's Christmas and it's light as well. I don't want to do something stupid. Remember, my weakest trade, you can see I've called this for you, my weakest trade is in here. So I don't want to go into the Christmas holidays doing something stupid. What do I think about deep charts? I haven't used deep charts. One of my students likes them. I trade on Ninja with something that looks kind of like them, but I think they're good. I do think they're good. I think they're quite expensive though. From what I think it was Mo, are you in chat? I think it was Mo that was using them for a bit. Is there a video showing the course overview so I understand your style? Yeah, there's like a couple advert videos on my YouTube page if you go to courses. Do I need NinjaTrader account for Funded Next? No. No. You trade on Tradeify, or what do they offer? A few different things. Hang on. Let's have a look. Yeah, you don't need NT. They've got a deal on right now. You can get 100k account for the price of a 50k account with code FCT right now. Who do they work with? Tradeify and Ninja. So anyone that works with Tradeify, anyone that works with Tradeify will work. So you could trade on TradingView. We'll be fine. Yes, trailing drawdowns, F with your mind, feel the same. Yeah, the thing is with those trailing drawdowns, guys, is not to get too glued into it, right? If you're struggling with a trailing drawdown and apex, I would say either two things. We're probably oversized because it shouldn't bother you, right? So you're probably oversized. And once you get this is the thing, and I'm talking about, I am someone that when they changed those rules 18 months ago, I got denied a 5-figure payout because of what was it? You couldn't. They wanted consistency on size and all these things, and they've sorted their shit out since then. I promise you. And I'm someone that got denied 5 figures, and since then take 5 figures out pretty much every month. Take your time to get past the buffer. Size down, get past the buffer if you're going to trade with Apex. Once you're past it, you trade it like everyone else. Okay. The difference is that you're going to have 20 accounts, not 3 or 5, and the payouts scale fast once you do that. But you have to watch the video I did at the weekend. You have to take your time early on. Yes, it's a pain, but don't hear all the hysteria. Just trade the setup. If the setup's good, you trade it. If the setup's not good, you don't trade it. Early on, you protect your profits, right? That's all you have to do. Don't try not to overthink it. But if it's not for you, totally understand. Then look at some of the other accounts. Remember, TPT, trailing drawdown as well, once you pass and go in the pro accounts for the first until you pass the buffer. So you're going to have to, if either of those two, you're going to have to deal with it. If you don't like that, Funded Next, Lucid, and Tradeify, right? That's it. How long I've been trading? Well, probably full time, six or 7 years, and before that, I had a bit of a hiatus, but I was swing trading, and I was almost did this as a job. So you can watch some of the interviews with me. Alex, even though I don't trade the same as you, more of a trend trader. Hey, that's how I like to trade, as trend, by the way. Really appreciate your commentary and analysis every day. It's definitely helped my trading. Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. I like being a trend trader, mate. That's my favorite trade. It's just that we're not in a trending market right now. But that's my favorite trade, is what I call a pro trend. So if the daily wants to move higher, if the hourly wants to move higher, for example, I'm looking for a pullback on a lower time frame into a key level to trap lower time frame traders to then move higher. That's my favorite. That's my A+ trade. Nice. Glad it was useful. Hello, I just bought 50k Tradeify Apex, and I'm kind of nervous about that. I made 9k on demo yesterday, and now it feels so different. Yeah, well, that's why you need to. That's why prop firms are great, right? Because demo, you've got no exposure to it at all, but on prop firm, you've got some exposure. But remember, your exposure is probably between 20 and 50 bucks. It's not a huge amount of money, so just trade it normally. Right, don't worry about it. Here's the squeeze. Tyson, you look really good. Looks fantastic. Holding above this new little level. Okay, watch to see if we can find acceptance through this. I think there's a chance to really start getting up into here. Let me just do a projection and see if that times out with previous day high. Yeah, I think we've got a shot at this, folks. I think you've got a shot at getting into 792s. Let me just check these levels from yesterday. I'll mark this out. We need to see this. Here's a pivot from yesterday. All right, that we're going to pay attention to, and then the highs. So yeah, this is the target, folks. These are the targets. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm not worried about this. I think this one, and then up here, you look good. Just manage the position, move your stop up. I wouldn't be a new money long. Nice, Tyson. Great work. Was I part of JTrader in the past? No, I know JTrader. I used to work with guys that originally traded with him, but I never learnt with Jay. I was never in his room. So I'm close to payout right now. 2 PAs close to the buffer on day 4. It's the closest I've come to payout all year. Thank you, brother, for all the support. I'm thrilled to be part of this team. Hey, Tyson. Nice, man. That's your dedication and hard work, dude. And I think the biggest thing for you was like opening up, because we've been able to start, turning your trading around by you facing it head on, which, like, kudos to you, my friend. Really well done. Divergence with ES. Yeah, ES has taken out this IB high, but I think we're still going. We still look good. Trend looks good. Everything looks good right now. Multi-time frame candles look good right now. Delta looks good right now. Buyers are in control. They came back in control once we reclaimed previous day value. All right, so they held this dip. Think about it down here. Sellers had the opportunity. This is why I was annoyed. I got caught monologuing here because the sell opportunity was here. Couldn't break the low. That's where they get stuck. All right, that's the pivot. They held this, and the next chance is here, and now you're away. So now it's just holding runners, looking for the expansion up into here. Now you look fantastic. You look fantastic. Oh, don't move that. We're going to need that. All right, so here's current value area high. I want to see you expand value area high. Come and rip these faces. Through 50s, we should run the stops. So stops will be at 50s and the top of this box 60s. All right, so 50s and 60s. And if we run all of those, I'd be moving my stop up and then hoping you can get up here at that point. It looks good. What's your target on ES? Well, I'd say definitely whole number of 50s coming up. Let's have a look. Yeah, you have like a big level at 47 and 50. If you get acceptance into that, 67. So 47 to 50 is a huge level on ES, and if you get acceptance through that, 66 and 70s. Oh, Greg Kitty, I'm ready for January. That's how I feel. I feel very much the same. Only good risk reward entry for new long would be previous day point of control, maybe in the afternoon. I would say it depends. It depends if we've had that low hanging fruit. Like, it'd be an area of interest, but you've got to understand it depends what this market looks like when we get here. So let's say they fail this high and they come down into here. But if value is here on the day, you've got to ask yourself, why are you bidding at the midpoint of the day, right? It's all about context, all right? It's all about context. Is it an important level? Possibly, but it depends what we've done before we get to that level. Have we taken the low-hanging fruit? Is there anything else to aim for? Has volume died right down? You know, does that previous day point of control become in the midpoint of the current day's range? Do you want to trade that then? Because you're at 1-to-1 at each side. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's context. It really depends. I'm 500 away from getting a 50k funded account. I hope I don't screw it up. Hey, we'll just positive mental attitude and just trade legit setups, okay? No forcing. I've somehow been on the wrong side of every trade the last 2 days, so I'm probably just going to wait till the new year. I think that's a good idea, Contorted. Just wait now. I'm long from 25714. Do you use stop loss? Are you targeting higher trades? 714. You're a little late. Well, my target would be up here. If you can get up into searching here, so my target would be, it depends how many you've got on. If you've got multiple, I'd be trimming some into 50. What's this? Into 50, into 60, and then into 800, basically. That would be my target if I was you. How close would I trail my stop? Well, I don't know where your entry is, so it really depends where your entry is, Fresh. If you're like Tyson and your entry is Tyson's long from 80s, all right, then you can probably afford to let it pull back if it really wanted to into here. If you're just small size left, all right, you could afford to let it pull back into this kind of shelf here and look for that. But if it does this and it fails, you want to be out. You don't want it to come back down and retest. But it really depends where you're long from. You know, because if you're long from here, you can't be risking down here. So I don't know where you're long from. I need context. Any experience with Bullnox? I do not. I've never traded with them. I've never traded with them. There are guys in chat. I think Richard, if you're here, Richard's traded with them quite a lot. But I don't trade with them. But I think they're good from what I've heard. What's the best way to trade multiple accounts? Copy trade, I've heard. Execution can be wonky. Also different size accounts. If you could shed some light. Yeah. Copy trading is risky. Obviously, it's risky because you're using leverage. But I use affordable indicators copier. That's what I use. Your biggest problem, copy trading, from what I can see, if you go over 20 accounts, is the API issue when you get through your orders. So you've got to be disciplined. Otherwise, just do them in bundles, 3 to 5s. You're going to copy trade. Long from 668 looks good. 668. You're long from 668. Yeah, very good. In this fail breakdown, really nice. Fantastic. It's a great trade. Almost 100 points. Fantastic trade. All right, I want to see you run these stops now. I think you will do it. All right, so these are the stops from today. If you think about where the shorts are, they're in from here, and from yesterday they're in from here, and then if you get that here. So hopefully, we don't know, but hopefully you get something like that just runs them. Just be mindful, ES has already done that move. What is that level on the Qs? 21s? Okay. Long from 705. So lots of you are long and strong. You look good. You look good. Just manage it. Just manage your position accordingly. There you go. So the other Dave says, first time I traded 20 accounts together, I blew them all up. Now I won't trade more than 5 bundles at a time. Yeah, see, I think that's wise. Still holding value area high, and Globex here still looks good. All right, still looks good. It could do with like a little bit of sideways, and something like that would be really nice. All right, a little trap down here, or your continuation trade higher. Still looks good. What I will tell you is buyers came in at 40 here and held the bid, and sellers came in at 38 to 36 and just got themselves caught. And if I see what I think is the end of the auction, I will tell you. But I think you look good. We're into a sell side imbalance here at 46s. We should see if they can hold the bid here at 40s and then have a re-squeeze higher. And they are still offering 50, 52, 55, and 60s. Those are the levels that we're looking at. Still looks good. So there's a bid here at 40s. You want to see if he holds. Just manage this position you're all long in. You look good. They're going to attack these stops now. And hopefully, if there's enough stops up here, you'll get a little swipe up, which, you know, if you're sized on, I would be taking some profit into this move, which is coming right now. So here comes current high of day. And then the top of the grey box is a pivot from yesterday. Okay, so we know this is an area shorts will want to protect. If we get a run through it, then you want to be selling into it. All right, while we talk about this, I'm going to use the bathroom. Just be smart. All right, let's have a look. How's this looking at the highs? Some buyers definitely caught there a little bit. Strong selling coming in here. You definitely had some buyers caught as soon as I left there. This transition right here. Ugh. Yeah. All right, so you want to watch this. If they resell this, I'd probably be out. If they reclaim this, you're going to be good. That's what I'd be watching at. There's an imbalance all the way down here as well. So sellers are starting to come in here. It's just all about whether they can rebid. Like I said, I wouldn't be a new money long up here, but you can manage your positions. You just want some of these shelves to hold on, and you want to see like a little trap and a reclaim. But yeah, I'll be definitely watching that 45. If you can't get back above 45, then we're going to leave those buyers stuck. I'm still bullish on this overall for you guys managing your positions. I'd still say there's a chance for this to move higher, but 45 is absolutely key. Yeah, exactly, Doji. It's why I'm somewhat uninterested. You know, the ATR is going to be low on these kind of days. And it's the funny thing is, it only takes someone who's like, fuck, we forgot to reposition this for this client, right? Because it's the last day to do it, to come in and throw like a 500 lot in suddenly because they've, in urgency, forgot. And it's going to chomp up everything on the book in one go. And that's the other danger, right? Yeah, let's get the likes up, please. Lots of you have been watching here this morning. Smash that like button for me. Let's try and get over 400 likes. I want to give away like some courses, and I want to give away some Apex stuff. So let's get these likes up. Nice, Tyson. Great work, mate. Super proud of you. Super proud of you. Let's get you that payout. Let's get you that payout early next year, if not before. I need some merch. We can do some merch. So rejecting here to get above, all right? It's starting to be a little bit of an issue here, right? You can see where we just talked about those buyers were stuck above 42s. I hate it when it does this and I can't teach this. Low volume node, it's starting to be a problem. Buyers need to see something like this. If they fail to do that, you will see a trade back down to value probably. So you're starting to see this shift now in sentiment. You can see the delta starting to flip here. And you can sort of watch ES. If you're trading ES, you'd want that to hold initial balance high right now. Only my second stream, but you are doing a great job analysis-wise, bros. Keep it up. Hey, thanks for joining. Second stream, thanks for joining. Hopefully you join again. Maybe I'll be here a couple of days next week. Definitely from New Year's. We'll be back 5 days a week as normal. How do you win? Yeah, we get those like buttons up and then I'll run a competition in here shortly. Yeah, so just stick around. We do competitions once we get to midday, so 50 minutes. Maybe we'll do some early today if it stays slow. Thank you, Stash. I like the name, Stash Royale. Sound like a DJ. That was DJ SKT's label, Stashed. Alex, I'm a brand new green trader, but I've built a double 9-figure company from scratch. So I'm a weirdo worker focused like an eagle. What should I begin trading to get my first 100 wins? Oh my gosh. Are you looking to trade every day futures lift, or are you looking to swing? Are you looking to, like, if you're a busy person with another company, are you looking to position trade, get into positions and let them work? Or are you looking to be more active and trade like intraday in and out? I think that would be my first question, is your time. If you haven't got much time, like people think, I've only got 30 minutes, so I'm going to day trade. I would do the opposite. If I've only got 30 minutes, I'd be looking at swing trading. I'll be looking at positioning myself long term. Yes to which one of those? Thanks, Mr. Grant. Where am I based? Los Angeles. Based in Los Angeles. Every day. I'm not busy now. I'm here 8 to 10 hours a day. Okay, great. So all I'd say is don't focus on the money, right? Because if you're new, you need to clock up your 10,000 hours, right? Same as you would for whatever your other career was. You would have become an expert in that to have a good company. So 10,000 hours, times on the charts. I would say ES is probably the friendlier option if you're going to trade futures. NQ is more violent, but will give you more money. I would say pick one and learn it. Spend 3 months on one of those and learn them first. Also, time of day. If you're going to trade Asia, I'd focus more on gold. If you're going to trade overnight. Yeah, exactly. Use micros, all the stuff I talk about. Use micros. Start on sim. You've got to learn everything first. Learn the setups. Learn to understand liquidity. Learn to understand how the market acts, why it acts that way. Then start to develop a system. So focus on one setup at a time. Maybe an opening range break, maybe initial balance trade, maybe a range mean reversion trade, maybe an expansion trade. Understand the models and why they work. Start there. What markets am I trading? NQ. You're watching the NQ, the Nasdaq. My trading next week. I think Monday, Tuesday. What did we say? Monday, Tuesday next week? Let me check. Monday the 29th, Tuesday the 30th, Wednesday I'll be off, Thursday I'll be off. Likely we'll have a hangover. I'll think about the second and the third, but we'll see. I want to, like, from the 5th, we're back at it, guys, all right? So I will probably be here at least a couple of days next week, but from the 5th, we're back at it. That's when I expect volume to come back to the market. I have 4 funded, Apex funded. 150K right now. They are slightly in drawdown. I'm getting chopped up. I was doing well the past month, but the last few days have been rough. I feel like I can't get in the sync with the market. Well, Breezy, if it's the last few days, I'd say it's probably because we've gone into... Let me show you. This is why it's a good hold here. This is... If we reclaim, guys, if we reclaim, this is where shorts will need to defend 42s. If we reclaim this, those guys who are already long from down here, you'll get your squeeze. If we fail in here, they will collapse this, all right? The reason you're struggling this month, or this week, sorry, versus the last few weeks, is the higher time frame. All right, let me pull this up so you can hear me properly. All right, it is the higher time frame. If we zoom out, all right, and think about what we had, for 2 weeks, we're in balance, in a balanced range, right? So I didn't make very much money in here for 2 weeks, all right? We left that balance. So someone asked me about like trend trading or pro trend. Once we left that, I was short, and I was short with size here. We pulled back in, I was short with size here. We pulled back in, I was short with size here, all right? So 3 big winning sessions, right? Because we went pro trend, leaving them trapped. Once we got down here, this was our target of the weekly newsletter, which I sent out. It was a naked point of control on a weekly chart, right? Once we drifted under that, we reclaimed it. And we expect what? All right, if this is how the chart looks, if we've broken under this, what do we expect? At least a pullback, all right? So we were long bias from here. Now look at the difference in the range. Look how much range we've got to play with here. So we're long biased up here. Lots of people wanted to get short here. And I said, be very, very careful now, because we've done 1, 2, 3. Bulls can trap here. We've hit the target. This is the different low hanging fruit hit. And we were actually bullish here when everyone else was trying to get bearish, right? And we started breaking out. Now, why is it tricky this week? Here, let me clean this up. Where has volume been built out? This is your previous week's volume. This is 2 weeks prior's volume from a few weeks ago. Where are we? No man's land, right? This is why you're struggling, right? Because in here, we had clear identity of what kind of market we were in. In here, we know we're going to be choppy. Right now, we are between the two. Have we tested this week? No. So there's been no weekly buyers able to take this up. Have we tested it and failed? No. So there's been no weekly sellers able to push it back down. Have we found acceptance back into here? No. So there's no range rotation in here or buyers looking for that trade up. And have we done anything else other than build liquidity? No. And what else do we have? Low volume week, right? We're in a holiday week. So this is why you're struggling this week, because the conditions are not pro trend. They're not rotation of big range. They're not counter trend pullback. They're liquidity build on a week where we're going to have very low liquidity. All right. So the conditions are probably not prime for what you are looking for. They're not prime for anyone, but for if you traded well 2 weeks prior or last week or whatever you were saying, I forget, sorry, then that's why. It's conditions, right? It's conditions. I talk about it all the time. Understand, how can I frame this? Understand what trades you like taking, and then understand what environments they're good in. I forget who was here earlier, and they said they're a trend trader. They listened to my commentary, but they like trading trend. And I said, trend's my favorite, but we're not in a trending market, right? So my favorite conditions are a trending market, right? Even if I'm going to play a big daily move back up and it's counter trend on a daily, but I know in that day we're going to have a trend, I can use participants at lows to pivot back higher. I understand the conditions I need. Okay, we're going to come and test these 42s I talked about earlier. We'll get back to this conversation in a second. Just want to help you guys. All right, so we're coming into this area here. If we look at Bookmap, this is where the guys came flying in. All right, these guys here might be about to get stuck. This 187 lot, 130 lot, 123 lot, they're about to be stuck here. If we hold the next pullback into 42s and 40s, then I expect new highs of day. Right, if we hold the next pullback into sort of 38, 40, 42, I expect a new high of day here. These shorts didn't get their way. They did not see these big aggressive shorts. They didn't get the breakdown underneath the last low. They are now caught. Any pullback which holds around here, if they hold it, I expect a new high of day. All right, so we get back to that conversation. So I'll just draw this out for you. If longs hold this, I expect a new high of day. If you come under this, you're going to get the rotation. So I'd be bullish on the hold of this, okay? So yes, understand what trade setup is your favorite setup. Then understand what conditions are preferable for that setup and focus on that setup in those conditions. Do not focus on that setup in subpar conditions. Where people get stuck is they look for the things like, I don't know, like a breakout trade in a ranging market. A ranging market is not going to give you a breakout trade, right? A ranging market is going to give you a failed breakout. All right, so if you're a trend trader, let's just come up here a second. All right, if we've done this and we've created a range, all right, if you try and take this breakout, it's very likely that it's going to come back into the range. If you try and take this breakout, it's very likely it's going to come back into the range. These are going to be failed breakouts. All right, if you just look at Wyckoff, this is what we do. You want to wait for an acceleration out of it and a pullback and a hold when we're leaving a ranging market. Right, when we're in a trending market, we're in a strong trending market and you're early in the trend, pullback 1 or pullback 2. All right, if you're not going to trade longs from here, then you can take a breakout here. It's much safer to do. I wouldn't be doing it on the third leg, right? Leg 1 and 2. So that's a prime example of understanding the conditions of the market and what you're looking for. JC, glad I found your channel. Thank you for joining, my friend. Thank you for joining. Higher time frame is key. Look at the 4K with ES reversed. It's like cheating. I was long the ES for 3 days from 6775. There you go. Exactly. That's why strategies don't work in every situation. That's why as you get better as a trader, you will start developing a playbook that works for each strategy. So as you become more proficient, for me, I'd say the easiest trade is a trend trade, pro trend, right? So if we're bullish, higher time frame, making higher highs and higher lows on monthly, weekly, dailies, right? Then you're looking for a pullback on an hourly to get long into. Simple, right? It's the first trade I would advise. Once you get good at that, then maybe you can think about a range trade, right? I still hate range trades. I will take them when there's enough space in the range, but I don't like them. Maybe then you can take the range trade. Maybe then you can look at a breakout trade to move away from value. You can look at that. Maybe then you can look at things like, if you want to get aggressive at the open, like a 30-second opening range break. Things like that. You can start adding the playbook, right? Think about any skill that you add. Think of trading like a sport. You go and play, I don't know, tennis for the first time. You learn to just rally, right? Just hit the ball over the net. Get good at just hitting the ball over the net. Then maybe you develop a topspin, right? And then maybe you develop a backhand topspin, similar to the front hand topspin, but with your backhand. That could be like your pullback long, pullback short. Then you develop a slice, backhand slice. That could be like, I don't know, your failed breakout or your mean reversion short or your failure short. And then you develop a slice on the forehand. And then you develop your serve. Maybe your serves, your A+ trade when you know everything's going well. You're looking for that big serve, right, where you size in. It's like that, guys. You develop your playbook slowly over time. You don't do it all at once. Holiday is good to avoid. Yeah, I would agree, Stashed. Yeah. Like we said, all week we were here. We were saying we don't expect much. We'll be here in case we get something, but we'll be here to hang out as much as anything else and do some giveaways and have some fun, right? Otherwise, trading can be very boring. We didn't expect much yesterday or today, but we made a little bit of money. So he's very smart, guys. Follow him. Thank you, Stash. That's very kind of you. Range trader. I lick my lips when I see inside the daily range. There you go, Julian. See, this is what I love about trading. Everyone can, like, there's room for everyone once you know what you're looking for. Like Tyson earlier has very much this year, we got Tyson on track by focusing on IB trades. So either expansion outside IB or rotation inside IB. And you just heard him say earlier, like, he's about to take his payouts for the first time this year because we got him on track by sticking to a playbook, developing that playbook and slowly adding more plays to it. I'm catching up with chat here. Sorry, guys. I was kind of rushing the market the last few days, just trying to go small base hits across multiple counts and one at once, and just think it was a bad choice in hindsight trying to rush. Yeah, definitely. No, I will tell you now, all right, I've been here a long time. There's never a reason to rush. Never, ever, ever. You will see me miss trades on stream. Most days, I will miss trades on stream. I'll be waiting to be picked up. It won't pick me up. I'll get caught teaching you guys and miss the trade. What you won't get me doing is rushing in afterwards, all right? Because I know whether it's that session, the next day, the next week, the next month, the market's going to give you opportunities. It's just about being here for it. You never need to chase it. It will come back to you. It will come back to you. What about reversals? Yeah, you can trade reversals. If that's part of your bread and butter, trade reversals. But just don't be the wrong side of it. Don't be fighting a big trend day. So many people look for shorts on big trend days. It's where I see most people fail. If I was having a trend day, let's say now, ignore all the levels. All right, what would I look for? If I would look for taking out some liquidity, trapping buys at the highs, coming down, producing a lower high into a volume shelf that I could rotate from. And I'd need a clear target down here. So let's pretend the profile looks like that and we could trade all the way down. That would be a reversal. I would not be short into these pushes. No way. That's where most people get it wrong. But yeah, reversals are legitimate strategies. We play them all the time. Green on the last 4 days of December is not bad. I would say it's pretty great. Green 4 days at all is pretty good, mate. Well done. I've been watching your lives the past 4 weeks. Had no idea you were in LA. So am I. I absolutely love your live sessions. You give so much knowledge. Oh, thanks, Jeremiah. That's really, really kind of you. Where in LA are you? We go over the open. Do you mean will we go over the open break trade when it's good and when it's not a good idea? Oh, when's the orb good and when's it not? I would say when there's targets above, right? So, right, if we have a 15-minute orb today, this is our 15-minute orb, right? Today, we traded inside, failed, traded down, held, right? If we break away from it, let's say we have key level here. Let's say we've traded here, right? And if we break away from it here and we have a level here and we know buyers got trapped, then I trade downside. Same the opposite way. It's all about, same when I trade the open. Sometimes you'll see me trade the open. Like yesterday, I think, yesterday or Friday, I traded the open aggressively once I saw momentum come in. If we see momentum come one direction and there is a clear low-hanging fruit to aim for, I will trade that. So if I'm going to trade a break, I'll trade it if momentum's on my side and I know, okay, they're going for that. I can see it's up there. I know we want to go there. I'll trade it. What I won't do is trade an orb inside a range when there's nothing to do, right? So let's say our orb is here and our profile is here from the current day or previous week, right? Then what's likely to happen? Push fail, drop fail, right? Because we're pinned in the ranging market. When's it going to be good? The orb's here and we're bullish, higher time frame. Let's say we're bullish, higher time frame. We've got level of liquidity here. We're going to trade that break because it makes way more sense then to go upside. Second day here, where you really explain the dynamics of a market in detail and an understandable format. I've been trading on and off since the mid-2000s, and I started trading prop in Fairbairn. Glad I'm able to help you, Trader Doc. You were talking about about playing golf with an 8-iron to get a good at that before switching clubs. I like that one. Yeah, Breezy, that's out of the book. Golf is not a game of perfect. That's what I said. Someone asked yesterday what's the best book to read, and I said the best non-trading book to read, I would say, is Golf is Not a Game of Perfect. Loads of other ones like Atomic Habits and all those things, but you won't hear many people talk about Golf is Not a Game of Perfect. But it's a good reminder about developing your skill base slowly and being okay with just being good at one setup. You can be profitable just being good at one setup. The hard part is being disciplined, only taking that setup, right? Holidays are for drinking. Hey, I agree. I went and bought some more cigars yesterday, so I'm going to have a sore throat these holidays. It's my third stream experience. I like the way you explain things with zero bullshit, focusing on trading and reading the markets. I've cancelled my 2 streams and concentrated the stream with you. Thanks for joining, Sam. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the kind words. Look forward to working with you, especially next year. I remember I'll not here as much until we get past the New Year's, but back to normal from January. We'll be doing 5 days a week. Sell now? No, I wouldn't say sell now. You're still holding volume. You've taken some liquidity. Your first level here has been taken. Your second and third levels are here. For me, I'd need to see, you know, a drastic drop and a failure underneath volume. All right. And then the problem with your sell then is where you're going to target. I mean, they can trap in here and you can target here. We can have a look at what that looked like in terms of the footprint inside this. All right. So you did catch a few buyers up here versus 50s again. You still have a buy and balance here. Structurally, you're still holding pretty good. We zoom out, look at this on a 5 minute. Well, I can see some sellers came in here earlier. So sellers need it underneath these levels. This is where they came flying in earlier and here. Right, so I'd say if you get a close under here and you reject, then maybe. But I personally wouldn't be picking tops up here. Yes, you'd sweat the liquidity. But in terms of what I'm seeing, technically speaking, it's still bullish. You would need to leave it. For me, I'd want to see it leave volume. This is why I'm saying it's got to be careful. Maybe some of you are trading the IB trade back down, and that's your trade. You're focused on that specific trade, and you don't wait for confirmation. You're looking for IB close. Okay, go. Possible, right? I'd be looking for that. And until I see that, I wouldn't be convinced that it's a short because we still have targets if it wants to move higher. Okay, we still have this and this, it wants to move higher. So I would need to see strong selling, pull back in, reject volume, and then you haven't got that far to aim for really. Unfortunately, you'd be looking at sort of 30s to 15s and teens, and maybe if you got lucky down here. So you're going to get 15 and 30 points if it offers it at all. This is the problem with days like today. The range is just not there, folks. Sorry, guys, having to scroll up here to see you guys. I think I found my mainstream to watch. Hey, nice. Welcome, welcome. Thank you to I'm Speaking My Mind. You're doing a good job. You're welcome, dude. I've been following you for almost 2 weeks. I've learned more from watching you than from the course I took. Thanks so much. You're welcome, man. It's fairly common. There's a lot of shit courses out there, unfortunately. Absolutely hands down, one of the best streams of NQ. Thanks, Dave. What are you trading and does it come? What are you trading on and does it come with such details? I'm not sure I understand what you mean, Futures Lift. I chart here on TradingView for you. I execute on NinjaTrader. Morning, SFC. How you doing? Welcome back again. Hope you're good. CCL is dropping, like you said. There you go. I played golf at university level. There you go. Nice, Trader Doc. Inhale those cigars. No inhale of cigars. First week on your channel. You've been awesome. I'm originally from New York City, living in Atlanta, Georgia. Go Dogs. Getting ready to enjoy Miami-style Christmas at 75. Happy holidays. Hey, happy holidays to you, my friend. Happy holidays to everyone here. Looking forward to ramping up in 2026. Me too. Me too. The likes are low. Yeah, how many likes have we got? Can we get these likes up, guys? Because I want to do some giveaways for you. I'm feeling generous. I want to give away. It's the last one before Christmas. I'd like to give away 3 Apex accounts and 3 very beginner courses. So I want to get these likes nice and high if we're going to do that. What are we at now? And then I'll give you a target. 309. Guys, we can get to 400, 500 easily. Let's get to 400 at least and give away. We want to give away 3 Apex accounts. Eric, thank you. You're the best. You're welcome. Love your stream. Thanks for what you do. Thanks, Brock. I got the funded trading 90% reversal. I got all the funded trading 90% reversal and waited for clear lower highs and a break of fair value gaps. And it was working. But for the past few days, I'm front running reversals. But I think I'm going to wait for Jan. Yeah, exactly, Breezy. Like if you're playing that strategy, just understand you've been in a range. So you got to wait to trade the edges. Rumo says I'm short NQ 25. 743. So you're playing in this edge. Just be careful as you've not let go of anything yet. All right, you've not let go of anything yet. This is your pivot. This is your high. Until you break down away from this volume and do this, there's no short in my mind. But look, if you're risking IB, I understand. It can be a legit trade. If that's your strategy, IB to view up, don't mind it. But I would say structurally, in terms of volume, you've not left volume. You've not pivoted yet. All right, so just be careful if you're shorting this already. Make sure you've got your risk set to somewhere that you feel that buyers are trapped. I would say, all right, even on Bookmap, we can see there's a big buyer got caught, 302 lot at 751. So as long as you're under that, as long as they protect that, I would use that as your risk for those of you who are in it, what I would deem possibly a little bit early. 751. You don't want it back over that. What time will I trade till today? Another 25 minutes. We'll do giveaways into the end of this stream. I really agree with you, but mentally I'm stuck at 70%. I need to go back to value. So I'm always looking for reversals into VA. So it sounds like that's your trade though. So if that's your trade, that's what you're looking for. Short 732, silly. 732. You're looking for the breakaway short. I would let it die under there first. I wouldn't short there because this is what happens, right? Like I talked about, you need it to trade down. I'd be very careful of this node, and you'd need it to leave volume and then trade lower. You are starting to see it potentially leave volume, but I'd be looking for this. If they're not kind, right, two things are going to happen. They'll be assholes and do this, or they'll just do that without offering this, right? But I would, for me personally, I'd be looking for this to fade away, all right, and then reject a key level and trade lower. Until that point, personally, I wouldn't be looking for a short. I'm not going to trade it at all today, but I'd be very careful. Like I said, the structure, this low created this high. This is a volume build out. You've not left this volume yet, right? And you haven't even come into this node yet. So I'd be somewhat careful. Doesn't mean it can't move lower, folks, all right? It can come up here and do this and do this and do this. It can, but it can also come up here, protect this, and finish the rotation and completion. ES is still above initial balance high. VIX is still around low of day, right? VIX is currently trading at 1370, guys. All right, so 1370. You're looking for a short while VIX is very, very low. And even on this last pullback, let's look at the shorts that got caught in this last pullback. They're all caught offside. Right. Look at all these guys. Right, into this block we talked about earlier. Remember, 2 minutes ago, we came back to this, all right? These shorts are piling in here twice now. Until you get a break like this, these shorts can be stuck. If they start rebidding over here, the next target will be this. And if they get through this, it's a squeeze. So I would be very hesitant to be too eager shorting this right now. Can I please show the footprint settings if you can? Yeah, sure. These are just how I use it. This is not, might not be how you want it. All right, so I have row size manual, ticks per row 2, display, I have it on profile, delta is what I have for type, and then I have apply, background, and I have POC showing, and info, summary box, I have it set to info. All right, that's it. Stat levels, actually, I have imbalance 500%, stat levels 4. Right. I can't scroll down to show you that. I don't know why. It's all stuck, but hopefully that helps. Right. These are the main ones you need. Row size manual, ticks per row 2, display profile, type delta. It's up to you whether you have the gradient on or not, but that's how I have it at the moment. POC, I have it yellow, so it stands out. I can't show you that, but POC, I have it on, set to yellow. Under that show summary info, I have the info box. That's it, folks. You could put delta on as well. Where would that be? There you go. You could have table. Let's do that. You could have table. I would take volume off, session CVD, POC, open interest, just have delta. It would look like this then. And then you've got your delta. So you can see heavy delta in this 5-minute bar. You've got 10 seconds left. Question mark. Are we moving lower? No. Who's stuck? Sellers. All right. They came flying in here, and they're not moving lower. Look at this heavy delta. Are we moving lower? No. So we've got passive buying here, and if they break, they're going to try and take this out. Sellers need to come under here. So I'm saying I wouldn't be early on the short yet, folks. They're piling in here and they're not breaking lower, which means in here, you've got a buyer absorbing the tape. So sellers are now caught in here. Sellers are caught here. Buyers are caught here. This is where the rotation is. Would I be a new money long? Absolutely not. But I wouldn't be early to the short, right? You're not seeing a breakaway and a rejection. You're seeing sellers get trapped in the same level we talked about earlier. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. And I can even show you the same thing on Bookmap. I'll be looking at them. Just gifting you some pretty big time knowledge here. All right, same thing here. Look at these sellers at the end of the auction down here. Selling, 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 selling. If we think about these guys, they're offside. If we think about the break, everyone under there's now offside. And if we let this buyer out, we're going to go upside. And where's the liquidity? It's all resting above. Remember, the grey box is the 60s. Looks very bullish for me. I tried to warn you there about being short early. Hopefully, this is a good lesson for you guys to see why you don't front run shorts. You do not front run shorts. Alex, thanks for your time. Oh, I just did that one, the footprint. Sorry, guys. Still getting through these. Bro, do I use instant funding prop? I do not. I think I'll be honest with you. Instant funding prop, what goes against it? I'm assuming you mean like direct to funding. Very expensive. Very, 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 very expensive for what it is. Secondly, very bad rules. Normally it's like 20% consistency or something on instant funded. So you're paying to get direct in funding, but you're limiting what you're able to do. I think you're better off to do something where you can pass in a couple days, all right, or even one day, and not have that 20% consistency. That's what I would say. Instant funding, it's not a scam because they tell you what you're doing, but I would not advise it, right? If there was an instant funding without consistency, for sure I'd do it. Save you loads of time, but there isn't. Not that I know of. Do I trade gold? No. Sometimes I will be swing gold, but I don't intraday trade it. How many subscriptions do I have? Bookmap, TradingView. That's it, I think. I want to get a good gamma reader for my Discord. Just trying to find one that will give me updated GEX levels for Discord. I can get it for myself for Ninja. I'm trying to get it so I can have it maybe with an API or something, so it automatically tells Discord. That's the next one I'm trying to get at the moment. What platform do you use for footprint? For me, I use NinjaTrader and TradingView. My volume profile looks different. What's your setting? It would be the same as I just had on footprint, right? Ticks per row, 2. That's it. That's the only thing I changed. Ticks per row, 2. You could have it on columns at 1,000. That's the other way I would have it. Do you use volume profile starting at the Asia session? No, I use it at RTH, so New York session. Sometimes if Asia's had a big move, if there's been some news overnight, I will mark out the Globex range, right? So I'll go from the open of the new session right up to 9:30. If it's had a big move, I'm interested in that, but otherwise, no, because there's no volume there, right? So if we look overnight, look at the difference in volume. So I'm not too bothered. So here's the push, guys. If you're still long, top of the grey box is your next TP and then all the way up here, all right? This will be the third drive, so I'd be very cautious now. 1, 2, 3, all right? They need to get their take profit here, all right? We're starting to build this. This is not bullish in terms of structure at this point. I wouldn't be buying this move, but I would be selling your bullish plays. Remember, those of you who are long from down here, be selling the top of the grey box and up here. I would not be getting bearish until you see something like this, okay? Try to make that as clear as possible, but it's still just in that slow grind higher. I found Bookmap useful for ES, but messy for NQ. You just need to get used to reading it, man. It just moves a bit quicker for NQ. For footprint, is it not better to see on Quant Tower than Ninja TV? Ninja and see it on Quant Tower or Ninja than TradingView. based on how volume is calculated. Yeah, it's probably a little bit more accurate. Nihal Spot Gamma, is that a website? I'll check it out. How do you get footprint for NinjaTrader? There's a video on it, but what you want to do is open up volumetric charts. I don't really want to do it on here because I've got another thing loading, but let me bring this over. All right, I use a third-party app for it, but what you want to do is where's your charts here? Is this it? No, you want to go to data. Sorry, guys, give me a second. Data. Chart style. Here you go. Am I on the right one? Chart style. Oh my God. Why can't I remember this? So I stop using it. Hang on. Properties. Nope. I thought it was up here. Why can't I remember this? Come on, brain. Get in gear. Someone remind me. It's volumetric. I just can't remember where to find it because I'm using a third party now. I have it on here, you see. I'm going to find it for you. Give me a second. I can't find it. Data series candle type. That's what I just did. I couldn't see it. I've gone mad. Data series. Type. Aha, there it is. Well done. Thank you. There you go. Type volumetric. All right. If you go to volumetric, that's their in-house version. All right. That's their in-house version of footprint. That's what you want to go to if you're using the free one. If you want to get the data for that, it is free. If you're using Tradeify, any prop on Tradeify, there's a video on my YouTube for free, which teaches you all that. Okay, there's your swipe. So your TP just got hit. The only thing left now is up here. All right, but that was a good stop run up there. If we look at Bookmap, like we talked about, could well be the end of the auction, right? It could well be the end of the auction now. So if we look at Bookmap now, look at this stop run up here. 22, 31, 33, 112, right? So that's where they ran those stops. They've got room higher if they really want to go for my red line on the chart. But again, I wouldn't be a new money long. I'd be down to 5% of my position here because they could easily collapse it. And look at the book. It's gone very, very thin all of a sudden. Right, very, very thin now. So hopefully that made sense. Like even for you guys that were short, all right, and you were asking me, hopefully that made sense. That will help you next time you're thinking about front running and getting short earlier, right? You have to ask yourself. Remember, ask yourself before everything. Is your location good? Your location wasn't bad in this area. Was momentum good? Location was okay. Was momentum good? No. What was the structure? Well, that was your swing low. That was a swing high. Did you ever get a change in character? No, you didn't. All right. No change in character. You held dips. Did you ever break away and reject volume? No, you didn't. Did you ever leave buyers trapped? Well, you had a very small amount up here, but you also had a lot of sellers, like we talked about, trapped from here. All right, when you used their pain. Now you're starting to run the liquidity. So hopefully, it's a nice little lesson here for you guys for next time. How you know this shorts just close longs? How did I... How you know if this shorts or just closed longs? How do I know? Why do I think that's stop run? You're saying? I don't. What I know is that yesterday this was a pivot. Today this was a pivot. So all I know is that there's market buy orders here. All right, and those would be short stops, and breakout buyers. All right, have their orders here and here. And all I know is that there's lots of buyers in here, right, who are currently stuck because we're not above their price. because of how it looks, I know that there probably stops. All right, doesn't mean we can't come up here. They're going to need to print and hold. They look aggressive right now. They look like they want more. Up just under 400 today. Alex, all micros. Back to my new eval. Thanks for everything. See you tomorrow. Nice, Scotty. Catch you. Oh, I won't see you tomorrow. I don't think. Or maybe I'll trade in the morning for an hour or so. I'll see. See how I feel. Is just using an anchored volume profile tool just as good as indicators? Yeah, this is an anchored volume profile. That's what this is. It's exactly what it is. I noticed you turn off session CVD because so I watch CVD. If I'm looking at CVD, I'm watching it here on a 5-minute, right? Looking for divergence, right? So I don't want another thing up top. There's not just another thing to look at, but it's only because I've got it somewhere else on the chart. Right, how are we doing for the likes, guys? We got those likes up to do the giveaways yet? Where are we up to? Guys, we need to get to 400 here. Let's get another 25 plus likes. I wanted to give away 3 Apex accounts and 3 introduction courses. The courses are good for people who've never traded before, right? So if you've traded before, you might not want to do it. You can give it to friends and family. Or we can just re-roll it. Can I tell you why there is an auction or resting order above? Or why you felt the auction was done or dead around the location? I felt like it could be done because it was all buy side. The resting orders above are all sellers up here. So they're probably buyers, right, off the low, looking to take profits. The auction could have been done, but isn't done because we had all buy side delta in this candle here, big buy side delta, big volume, and we weren't willing to trade above it. But now we're trading above it, so it's irrelevant at this point. We had the chance to come and do this, but they didn't. They rebid IB, right? We're above IB. We're in technically, and we're in trend right now, potentially up to there as the target. Will you trade during Asia, Alex? It's very active. I have to sleep at some point. I got to get some sleep, so no. Brandon, sold my QQQ calls 10 seconds too early. Eh? Well, you should have made money. Jumped another 20% on that daily. Oh, man, I'm sorry. How do I enter the giveaway? I'll tell you how to enter in 5 minutes' time. We do it all together. Don't worry. Everyone on stream will have a chance of winning. How much is the intro course? $99. Very, very cheap. So if you don't win and you want to do the intro course, it's $99. It's only 2 hours long, but then you get $99 off the beginner to advanced course. All right, so you basically get the intro course for free. It's the best way of putting it. Someone was asking, I'm not affiliated with them. Per dia instant has no consistency after the first 10 days. Then it's live. Oh, that's interesting. Never traded with them either. Which course do you recommend for a trader with 3 years experience to learn to factor in volume profile into their existing strategy? Just do my the volume profile and order flow course. Go to my website, flowzonetrader.com. Volume and order flow. That course right there, it's $399. If you use code LAUNCH, all capitals, you'll get $100 off. That ends in January 1st. All right, so it's trying to reach up here. It's getting very squeezy right now. All right, this is all just buy side pushing. How did I get my next location up top? This red line right here, previous day high. All right, so anyone who is swing short, this is their location. This is where their stop is. All right, so if they're swing short, this is where their stop is. So if we're going to hunt 780 all the way up into 90s. Right, so I'd be watching this level here. So if I was long, this would be a place to start taking profit. Right in there. $12-hour shift day. Good for you, man. Good effort. Jeff Stewart, W, done for the day. Have a great Christmas, Alex. Congrats, Jeff. Nice win. Nice win. All you guys who got long from this call we made. Where was that call we made? All the way down here. Have we got 100 points now? It's a 100-point trade we called out. So from here, this was the call right here. There's the signal, but here was the call. That dip inside that held. TP1, TP2, TP3, and this would be TP4. If we hit that, you've hit all your targets. Anything above that is a bonus, folks. That's a 100-point winner if you took that. While I've been sat on my hands. It's nice. Are any of you still in it from down there? I know Tyson got out of his position. Are any of you still in it? It's a nice move. Why did I not take that? Because I just told myself I wasn't going to trade mid-range today. It was highly probable, but I just don't, like I said, I just don't want to trade in here today. So I'm happy on effectively the last half decent day before Christmas to just relax. Do you know what I mean? Like I've already locked in some money this morning. I don't feel the need to trade. And I missed my core entry, which I forget where it was when we were talking. I missed that short back down, and then we talked about that long, but I'm just trying not to trade inside that range. It's worked really nicely for you guys, though. It's been very, very nice. Still long, but only 2 micros left. There's 2 micros over 100 points. That's $400. That's great, man. It's great. Does my work indicate work on higher time frames for swings? Yep, exactly the same rules for it. Yes, I think Tradeify does. I don't trade on them, but I'm pretty sure it does. I think the footprint charts are pretty good on Tradeify as well, from what I understand. Just be careful here as you're building out a little shelf here. Still bullish on this, but we are building out a bit of a shelf here. I'm going to get rid of this now as well, folks, okay? Because we've gone through it. You're extended here. So this is the 3 drive. They had to successfully beat this drive. They did. And you're technically in a trend day over this. They can afford to come down here. If they hit that, maybe they come down. Maybe they come down early and have another attempt. I don't know, but this is very bullish right now. It's in a squeeze. Do I only trade futures? Do I trade individual stocks? I used to trade individual stocks a lot. I swing individual stocks. So I'm a swing trader on ETFs and individual stocks. I don't really day trade them, although I just don't have the time to do this with you guys and teach in my Discord and provide a course and try and trade futures and then do individual stocks. Although I think there's so much edge in individual stocks, but my brain's just, it will run out of space, you know? I've only got so much RAM. I made $200 on each account earlier. I'm just hanging out and learning. Nice, Richard. That's good work. Another payout coming your way soon, that means. I'm down $10 today. I was up over $700. No more trades for me. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, just walk away. $10 is nothing to be down. It's just scratch it off. Scratch it off. Out of NQ, long GC on the pullback. Okay, nice. Dave, what is the time frame of your TV footprint chart? That was on a 5-minute. We were looking on just then, a couple minutes ago. I just found your live trading yesterday for the last hour and been on all day today. Best live I've found. Great teachings. Thanks. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the positive energy. Nice work, those who stayed long. My rules, no trade after 11:30. Yeah, great work, those who stayed long. They look good. It still looks good. It looks good. It's very, very squeezy right now. VIX has found a little bit of a bid at these lows, so I'd just be somewhat cautious. But we have a clear target above that it's clearly aiming for right now. What's the time here? Here's the 9 o'clock candle. All right, so into lunch. We're going to do these giveaways now. Brandon, you're just in options. Is Discord free? No, unfortunately not, my friend. Okay, so those of you who are new, Discord is just for people who do the 20-hour course, the beginner to advanced course. So with that course, 20 hours, you get a version of these flow zones, all right, my indicator, you get a version of this included in the course, and you get Discord for life. And in Discord, I often do like group coaching and teachings. It's all included. There's no like monthly fee. The reason I do that, to be clear, why it's only available on that course, is because I want students in the room who trade the same way, who are looking at the same things. I think it builds like a better working environment. Let's say if everyone's looking at the same thing, it means they can call out trades which they're seeing, and other traders can be like, yeah, I like that, or have you thought about this, because they've all done the same course. I think Discords fail when they're free or they're monthly with no education. You get everyone trading in a completely different way, arguing and bitching with each other, and it causes a nightmare. That's me talking from personal experience. I've been part of other Discords as a student, part of other Discords as a mentor, and the best way to do it is to have just everyone on the same page. That's my feeling. So that's why, okay, folks, it's not about the money. It's that I need everyone to be trading the same way. It also means when I'm not there, there are guys who can step up and say, hey, this is what we're looking at today, because they understand the process, right? That's not to say my process is the right way. There's tons of processes. There's tons of ways of trading. But when I've got 200 plus people all trading the same way, it creates a very healthy environment. All right. So that's the only reason, guys. All right. Let's do. How do we find out if you're on tomorrow? I will. If I'm going to be on tomorrow, I will post a live stream. Okay. You're getting a bit wiggly here. So there's the move into the low volume node, which they just caught and trapped, and they've instantly reclaimed here. So buyers are still in control. And this little trap here into this low volume node, into the flow zones. Buyers are still in control. This is where they want. They clearly want up here. It's absolutely clear as day. This is where they want. So if you are a buyer, I would just be, you've probably not got much left. Just sell into this push into here, all right? You can hold like a tiny bit just in case we go all the way up into the nines, but I would be selling into that move. Right, there's big buyers trapped there yesterday. Right at the high of day yesterday, we had a huge buyer trapped offside. There's a lot of good information in the Discord, private lessons, and a live chat Saturday morning. Yeah, we do a live. Coops runs a live room every Saturday morning where everyone reviews the trades and ideas. Trying to do more weeklies, definitely bi-weeklies, lessons, so we can go. Anyone that has questions, we do lessons all together. It's like my call center. 10 coaches are all role playing the same way with their team of agents. Alex, you have a serious business. Oh, thank you, ma'am. That's very kind. All right, let's go. Let's do these giveaways. I want to give back to you guys. You guys have been really good. First thing, have we got enough likes on the stream? Are we at 400 yet? We are. Thank you, folks. Fantastic. Okay, giveaways coming your way. Let me just set some of these up. So don't do anything yet, folks. Don't do anything yet, because I want you all to have a chance of winning. All right, let's do Apex first. So just type FZT in chat. You only need to type it once. If you type it more than once, they will pull you out the giveaway for spamming. So just type it once. We're going to give away 3 Apex accounts. Any size account, any type of account you want. So if you want to do 300k, it'd be free. We're going to pick 3 winners for those, all right? Because it's Christmas. Normally we do one a day, but this is the Christmas giveaway, folks, all right? Let me do a nice giveaway for you guys. I'll give you guys a couple minutes. We all done, folks? Give you guys 15 more seconds. So just type it once in chat, and then we're going to pick 3 winners. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's still lots of you flying in. Here we go. Here comes the winner. Winner number 1, TPT Trader J3C. Are you here? TPT Trader J3C. Just let me know on stream that you're here, please. Just let me know that you're here. Nice. Okay. All you need to do, send me an email with a screenshot of you logged into your YouTube so I know it's you. All right. info@flowzonetrader.com, and I will sort you out with a free Apex account. Okay. Well, I'll give you a code and you can use it for any size Apex account that you want. All right. So info@flowzonetrader.com. Just send me a picture of you logged in so I know that it's you. All right. Let's do the second winner. So all you guys have just re-entered, no worries. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Comish77. All right, you don't need to type it again, guys, don't worry. Just those ones who thought they'd missed it. Comish77. Are you here, Comish? Yeah, all right, same thing for you, Comish, all right? Just send me a screenshot of you logged in to your YouTube so I know it's you. I've made a note of your name. info@flowzonetrader.com, all right? info@flowzonetrader.com. I will sort you out. Okay, we'll do one more Apex giveaway. Sergio. That's a regular. I recognize that name. Sergio. Are you here, Sergio? Yeah, awesome, Sergio. All right, same thing for you, Sergio, okay? info@flowzonetrader.com. Send me a screenshot of you logged in, all right? And we're going to sort you out. Some Apex accounts, all right? So the 3 of you all win an Apex account. Congratulations, everyone. And do a course giveaway now for you guys. I've been trading 5 years, but recently added Bookmap and volume profile to my toolbox. Can you give me a quick rundown of your strategy with it? I'm looking to have more precise entries. Sean, I would say go and go and rewind this. We're coming to the end of the video now where I'm doing some giveaways, but there's tons on my YouTube for free, mate. Go and have a look at that. But what I'd be looking at right now, target is up here for runners. If they're going to leave this volume trapped, then they're going to wash down to here. But right now we're very, very bullish. But I use volume as an indication of where we build liquidity, and I use it to exit that liquidity and look for the next level. And I use Bookmap or footprints to see trap traders. As simple as that. Okay. But yes, normally I'd explain more, but you've come right in at the end of the stream where we're doing some giveaways. Sorry, bud. Okay, so I want to give away some introduction courses, all right? So these are good, just to explain, these are good for people who have never, ever, ever traded or looked at a chart before. If you know what you're doing, this course is probably going to be way too easy for you. So you can do it, because if you do this course, you do get $99 off the 20-hour course, all right? So it is useful, but if you want to give it to someone for Christmas or something like that, you can also do that, all right? Okay, so let's go. Type course in chat. You just need to type it once. And we're going to do 3 of these away for Christmas as well. We'll give 3 of these away for Christmas. Still holding this volume shelf up here, still with a target above right now. Still with that target above. Where are the spiders? 87s. ES got stuck at those 950s right now. Still holding volume. Give you guys maybe another 30 seconds or so. Lots of you in here. Or Marashan, you've just been pulled out of it, unfortunately. You've typed it about 5 times. So I did warn you guys, don't spam it. This is what happens. Yeah, no worries, Sean. I totally get it. If you come back here in January, I can go over it. But there's tons on my YouTube. I do have a course, but you know, if it's your first time here, don't do the course. You want to make sure that you can you like how I teach. All right, so that's the most important thing, the pedagogy. So I would say just go on my YouTube, check out all the free stuff on my YouTube first. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. First winner is, I like the name, Krypton FTZone. It's close to mine. Krypton, are you here? Krypton FT Zone, are you here? Give you a second to make yourself known, otherwise we will re-roll it. Bearish Bull, he said to give it to me. Did he really? Okay, I'm going to give you 10 more seconds, Krypton. Otherwise, we're going to re-roll. So you need to say that you're here in chat. Otherwise, we're re-rolling this. Is CVD showing divergence? Yes, it is starting to show some divergence, indeed. You're not seeing bullish aggression at the highs. It definitely is. Be watching this volume, like I talked about. I'd be watching this. There you are. All right, if you do this trade down to here, I'd be watching this. If they let go of this trade down to here, just know there's a low hanging fruit up here still. Not until that. Okay, Krypton, I'm going to make note of your name. Right, just shoot me an email. Same thing all the time, guys, when you win. I'm going to make a note of your name here. You win the course. All right, shoot me an email, info@flowzonetrader.com. All right. I need a screenshot of you logged into YouTube so I know it's you. All right, 2 more winners coming right up. Futures Lift. There we go. Futures Lift. Been nice and active today, Futures Lift. Do you want the course, Futures Lift? It's an intro course. I can't remember if you've done a lot before, but I can sort you out. Are you here? Can you hear me? Futures Lift. Bearish Bull. He was definitely here. He just said something. Futures Lift. You just won the course. Are you still here, my friend? Are you still here, my friend? Just let me know in chat. Are you still here? It would be a shame if you've left because you've been here all day. Give you 10 more seconds as well. Last chance. Futures Lift. Are you here? Yeah, there we go. Just in time. Awesome. Awesome. So it's the introduction course. I will sort you out as well. just email me info@flowzonetrader.com. All right, info@flowzonetrader.com. I've made a note of your name. Just send me a screenshot of you logged into your YouTube. Okay, we're going to do one more winner today. One more winner now. Jeremiah White. Jeremiah White. Nice features list. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad, mate. Are you here, Jeremiah? Jeremiah was here yesterday. There he is. Awesome. All right, buddy. Same thing for you, mate. So welcome to do that course. If you've done other courses before, you know what you're doing, it will seem very, very light for you. So you can always give it to someone for Christmas. All right. But it is a 2-hour course, introduction to investing and trading. And you also get a discount code when you complete that course for the main course. info@flowzonetrader.com. Email me. Send me a screenshot of you guys, of you logged in. Sorry, you guys, of you logged in, so I can see it. All right, that's all you need to do. I saw someone asking, was there going to be a Christmas sale for the beginner to advanced course? I hadn't done one because we just did a Black Friday sale. Let's see. If I do a flash sale for 2 days for you guys, how many of you actually want this beginner to advanced course? If I do a flash sale for 2 days. We did just do a massive sale, so it won't be as big if we do it. You didn't get it Black Friday. Yeah, we did do a big Black Friday sale. Okay. All right. If I do it, it's going to be a flash one. So let's have a look. See if I can email my dev about this. Give me a second then. Give me a second. I will limit the run because we just did a massive sale. So it'd be first come, first served if we do this. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, the 20-hour one. Give me a second, folks. Where is he? Trying to see if he's online so I can email him now. One second, team. All right, you're starting to leave this volume up above trap. Just be careful. For those of you who are bullish, you should have been down to tiny size. You are starting to leave that volume. Be very, very careful. Okay. What do we have here? I'm setting this up for you guys. Right, it will end Christmas Day at midnight. It's going to be a flash sale, folks, and it's going to be first come, first served, and I'm not going to announce it. So it's just going to be for you guys on YouTube who are here. One per customer. All right, flash sale, guys. Only on the beginner to advanced course is one per customer, 20% off, code Xmas. All right. So Xmas, I'm going to post it in chat so that you guys can see it. All right, I'm not going to announce this. It's just for you guys in YouTube. Simple as that. So because there's enough of you here that were asking for it, I will look after you. So it's for this course here. Tell I'm feeling generous doing this. All right. 20% flash sale ends Christmas Day. Code Christmas. Oh. There you go, guys. All right. So that stuff's there. I'll pin it to your chat now. So you can replace the old pinned one. Right. It ends Christmas Day. I'm not going to announce it. So it's just going to be for you guys. It is first come, first served. All right. I've done it as a limited number because it's just too good value. I can't just keep giving it away. Secret Santa. Yeah, well, I think that's quite kind. We've done 3 Apex accounts. We've done 3 introduction to trading, foundations of trading and investing. We're giving away I'm going to announce today the winner of the Funded Next. As we're going to pick that off YouTube today, and then we've just done a 20% sale for you guys for the beginner to advanced course. Does it include the order flow content? No, that's a separate one, but there's still $100 off that right now. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's pretty fair. I think that's me getting in the Christmas spirit, right? Hopefully you guys are happy with that. It's only fair. All right, ES is starting to break out. I'll sit here with you for a little bit longer. ES is starting to break out. You left the volume there. You haven't rejected the volume there. So, like, if you were going to be short, you've probably already stopped out. It needs to leave this. All right, it needs to do this if you're going to leave. We're building a new little base here. It has got a target above, and ES is still going. All right, so the strength on ES is still there. What just happened there? The strength on ES is still there. I would say your point of control just shifted up as well. So if you start to leave this, there is a drift down into these, right? I wouldn't be bearish underneath that unless you really build out. You're starting to see this grey box. They probably wicked you out, all right? So if you were short here risking the other side of that, you probably just got wicked out. It's possible that you can have another go if they let it go. They're being a bit dirty today on NQ, but it's probably because it's very low on volume and liquidity, and there's still a target above. So I'd be super careful about being bearish up here, right? Super careful. Yes, the 20-hour course comes with Discord, full forward. Yeah, it's included. So this is the course that has a version of the flow zones and Discord all included in it. Yeah, Merry Christmas to all of you. Tell me again which profile you have on the right of the chart. This is anchored, right? This is anchored volume profile, right? So if you want to get that, you need to come into here. Is it this one or is it this one? I always get confused. This one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down into here, into projections, anchored volume profile. And I just had that anchored from 9:30, all right? So what you're looking at is what I call cash. The reason I call it cash is it's the cash market. So from the New York Open, this looks like a very good trend day right now, but this is thin in here. If you leave this, the only short opportunity right now is here. Just know that they haven't taken this liquidity yet. But I'd say the only short opportunity is down into there. If you get a collapse under here, maybe you get very lucky and get into this. But they can. Any short today is counter trend. I want to make that clear. All right, you are above initial balance. You are above opening range. You are above this level here. It's counter trend. So if you're going to be adamant on taking this, it's counter trend. You better be aggressive with your stops, because this is where they want to come. They are trying to get up into there. It all depends. Do they trap too many buyers here, leave them, and do this move? I don't know. We're on a low volume day. There's actually been a that move I said I refused to take, but call it for you. It might just haunt me, you know. Might just haunt me. There we go. Oh, nice, pull forward. Nice. Today marks 2 months of trading and following your Apex system. I'll be getting my first payout across 4 accounts in 2 days. Thanks to your help, man. Hey, high flipping five. That's all I care about, is you guys making money and getting paid following a system. Well done. Well done. That's awesome. The coupon code for the 20% flash sale on the 20-hour course is Xmas. So all capitals. I think it's all capitals. Let me just check. Have I done that wrong? Yes, all capitals. Xmas, capitals. XMAS, all capitals. The code for the $100 off the volume profile course is all capitals, launch. All right, that ends Jan 1st. That stops Jan 1st. Looking for your email address on the website. However, I can't find it. Info Jeremiah at flowzonetrader.com. Info, and then just my website, info at flowzonetrader.com. My live tomorrow, maybe. I wasn't planning on it, but there is news in the morning. Maybe you'll know, guys, because I will. If I'm going to go live, I'll probably set. I'll set it up ahead of time, right? So you'll see. I've been using rolling fib 9 EMA. It's pretty nice. Yeah, rolling fibs, man. It's what the flow zones are. Rolling fibs. They're useful. The chat slacks. Oh, it's delayed, is it? Yeah. I didn't know how much buy. Hopefully not too much. No worries, Jeremiah. Right, so these are the only plays. I would not be a new money long, right? So you're either long from all the way down here that we talked about. Some of you took this long. I mean, this was a fantastic long on the reclaim. That's the best long of the day. The next best long of the day was this in here that we called out. You don't want to be long up here, all right? You do not want to be long up here. You want to be selling your profits, and you can only exit. You can only look for a short if we're going to do this, or if you see something where we do some kind of blow off, right? Where we do something like maybe we run this and trap more up here, and then you'd have to cover into this and this. You have to respect the nodes, right? You have to expect all of these to hold. Traps can live in here, but if they die, then I expect to come down to this point. That would be some decent relief, because this is quite a big swing, 100 plus points. It would be a third of a relief, which is somewhat warranted right now, I would say. The markets have been so unkind this month. I don't know what to believe anymore, shorting or longing now. You need to think about both, right? When we're in balance, you need to be prepared to not have too much of a bias and be willing to play both. What course platform do I use? ThinkFic or SmartCart? Neither. I just moved to Go High Level. Before that, I was at Teachable. Well, everything I do is at Go High Level now, so it's all in one place. So, all in profile settings. Yeah, right here. There we go. Ticks per row, 2 ticks per row. I leave everything else. Everything else is the same, and then I just place it on the right. Right, anchored volume profile. Everything else is the same, guys. This is all I change. Ticks per row. If you want to do numbers of rows, I would just do it to 1,000. You are starting to see a bit of a rejection of this volume up here, this grey box. They are struggling to get back through this. What time is that? Right. Has Luna walked? Okay. Is it raining? Okay. Yeah. Fuck. We got apparently LA is going to be the wettest place in the world over Christmas. The good news is it means it's snowing in the mountains, so we will go snowboarding. You still have 4 hours. Yeah, you've got plenty of time. I'm going to get off though very, very shortly, folks. I'm just hanging out with you for now, but it's great outside. I'm going to go and use the gym. I need to wrap some presents, write some cards, all that good stuff. Be a husband, be a good dog dad, all that stuff. Back into this grey box again. ES is still going. New high coming here on ESE. Relative strength over there. Yeah, go high level is really good, Matt. It took me a while to move, but you're obviously into this stuff, Futures. If basically I had all my stuff split between loads of different platforms. So it's still, I'm learning it, but it's really good because they can host websites. They do all your CRM. It's like the funnels are strong on it. I've barely scratched the surface with it, but it's pretty good. Long to 27,800. That's your final target. Yeah, your final, basically, this area here is where bulls were trapped yesterday, right? So this is your final target on your long. So if you were long from, what was the entry we gave this morning? If you were long from this entry here, right, this is your final target. You should be down to 5 to 10%, I would say, right? Because you probably sold some. You're into a runner now. If it gets up there, great, but it doesn't have to get up there, and I wouldn't be long up here. You do not want to, as in you don't want to start a new entry here. The entry was down here, or even better, this failure to break lower. Okay, but that was the first entry since. Your entry's down in this region. You don't want to be getting long here. If it goes higher, then it goes higher. It is what it is. But this is a poor entry for a long. Very poor entry for a long up here. Even if it goes higher without you, just be okay with that. You stick to the process. I try. I try. Sometimes I'm good. Sometimes I feel like I get it wrong. There you go. Rejection of volume. So this is the grey box. First time now, going to reprice some of this thin volume. We can have a look on footprint where we might price to. Okay, so first imbalance here. All right, so how we act here becomes key. And if we get through this, all right, if we reject this, this is possible. And we got buyers trapped up here. So this move here. So remember, we're counter trend. If you're going to be short here, you're counter trend. This is the grey box. If you're short here, you're counter trend. So you're partial, because you don't know when buyers come in, because the main trend is up. So if you're counter trend, you are taking money off the table, or at least you're moving your stops. But you can see this node right here that we identified here is now starting to act as resistance. They've had a few attempts to break through. This trade into here, I'd be partial 1 into this wick, and partial 2 into here, partial 3 into here. And if you got very lucky, you come all the way down. I would find that unlikely, but you know, you don't know. Happy, I guess that's happy holidays. Happy holidays to all. Close your charts. Enjoy the time with families. Quite right, Green Otter. Quite right, my friend. And same to you too. I hope all of you have a fantastic holiday break. Just remember, guys, it's only trading, right? It's just a job. It's a job. It's not your life. Your life should be what you do the next 2-3 days, right? Spend it with people you love, whether that's with your family or with your friends. I don't have any family here, so I've made my own family in LA, and we will be spending Christmas together, all right? Nice close group of friends. Have some fun. No doubt you've worked bloody hard this year. It's not been an easy market, especially for you guys who are new. It's been very volatile. You've had to deal with so much insane news, all right? We've had war news, we've had oil news, we've had tariff news, we've had inflation news, we've had the government shutdown, we've had just about everything you can imagine, right? It's been insane. Give yourself permission to have a break, right? Please give yourself permission to have a break and go and relax. It's really important you recharge your batteries, because I think opportunities next year are going to be massive. We're going to continue to be volatile. We're going to have some big opportunities. You want to be dialed and ready for it. And that means relaxing off the charts, right? It means relaxing off the charts. I can't read what you guys are saying. So we'll read this now and then I'm going to sign off. I think you mentioned earlier, sorry, do you mostly look at your footprints on 5 minute? Yeah, between a 5 minute and a 1 minute. I flip between the two. Once I'm dialing into entry, I will go into a 1 minute. Same as how I treat all my charts. I'm mainly looking at like a daily, an hourly, and a 5 minute. Once we get to a level of interest, all right? Once we get to a level of interest, I'll look at a 1 minute. Here's your take profit here, folks. So your next TP, anyone who took this is your TP into here, and then down here, and then down here if you get lucky. So someone asked, how do I use volume profile? And I said, I'll have to teach you next time. Well, here's a good example, right? We're leaving trap volume. We're trading. We're pro trend is up. So we're covering on these moves, right? Because we don't expect it to completely collapse. They might very well bid off value and have another attempt, right? So you have to be proactive. If you're playing counter trend short, you're proactive. Today I'm in a loss of $970. Should I have to wait and trade next day or shut down my Mac and trade next trade? I would shut down your Mac, right? The opportunities today are few and far between. Best moves have gone. FC Mike, thanks Alex, you're welcome. Otis W again today, thanks Alex. Praying for the FCT family. Have a blessed time with the families. Much love everybody. Much love to you, my friend, you and your loved ones. SFC, thanks Alex. Richard, Alex, do you know how to set up volume profile in NT to look like the one in Trading View you use? If so, catch up. Yeah, we can have a chat in Discord later, Richard. I'm doing it, but I'm using a different platform for it. Good entry for sure. You've probably missed it. It was probably in here. If I took this, I'll be honest, I would have got short here and got knocked out, and I've got short again, and this one would have worked. And now you have to see if this holds. All right, you could be short now, and you wouldn't want buyers to take back control of 72. So you could think about, if you're really adamant on playing this, I'd be very cautious because we've come down to a key level. But you could think about a short here, but I don't like what I'm seeing here. I'd probably leave this alone at this point. You should have been short in that first attempt at the grey box. You could consider this for this move. It's not out the question, but it's not as pretty, right? It's basically the same thing. It's repricing this. You'd want this to hold now. I'd be short here looking for that. But again, if they don't break underneath this, this is going to be very bullish now, because this, remember, the pro trend is up. So if we think about the legs, this is all this is, right? With this potential move. So when we trade these shorts for these counter trends where we trap volume, we cover into these because the pro trend will want to go up. We don't know if we've timed that, right? We don't know. We know we cover some, we can hold some. If we get lucky, we get this. But if they go back pro trend, well, that's the move, because this is the low hanging fruit that I always talk about, right? This is where buyers are trying to go. So would I reshort this? Personally, probably not. Could it go? It could work, right? If they reprice this and stay heavy, yes, but just your counter trend, and I think it's had the opportunity to do it. You've washed this, you've protected this. ES still looks very strong. I'd be somewhat wary about having a new short up here. I go grocery shopping and we only have 7 likes but 250 comments. No, we have like over 400 likes. I'm excited to get through your beginner course, follow along your guidance next year and see what it holds. Nice, SFC. Looking forward to trading with you. Happy holidays to you, Christy, and you, Jeremiah. Thank you, everyone. Super Toy, thank you, everyone. Merry Christmas. Short, QQQ2 bouncing around my entry a bit, still holding with a bit of green. See if it dumps or stops me out. Just be careful. Yes, it's trying to break out. So you need to protect this grey box if you're short, Joe Bag. That's the area, right? So that grey box needs to stay heavy for you. That's what I would say. Really keen to get started. How do you get in the Discord? Tony Top Pick, go to the very bottom of the course. There's like a module right at the bottom on joining the Discord. It will tell you how to do it. QQQ highly at Gex target 622 spike. QQQ 622. Yeah, I mean that's just above previous day high, right? So if you look at the Qs, 62163 previous day high, 622 if that's the GEX level. The only thing is the way we've built structure into 620, 620 30s is pretty good. So, you know, any bearish move is likely to be absorbed there until they let go of that. That's the one thing I'd be careful of, those of you trading 0 DTEs or anything on the Qs right now. Exactly. Go Gunners. Let's go Arsenal. Top of the league. Where do I leave my keys? Top of the table. Top of the table. All right, folks. Love you all. Trade safe. Be smart this afternoon. Okay, like I said, don't forget, today's the last day they can rebalance. Sometimes it gets a little wonky into close. If there's a fund who need to move something, like they need to get into AVGO right now, then they will not miss the opportunity. They will do it. And if they've got a ton to do, they will do it instantly. So just be smart. Maybe I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not, have a great Christmas. And I'll see you next Monday, I think. All right, peace and love, and take care. Use hard stops.